no doubt about that. So, yeah, I mean, I said to Walker Buehler when I saw him a couple hours ago, that looked more like you. And he said, finally, about time. And you know, I think he's at his best when he's in attack mode, and he certainly was. And I thought especially in the middle innings, Christian, like he just dialed it up, and it was 95. And you start to exhale and say, oh, okay, that's still in there, and that's a really good thing. So, yeah, those guys, and remember, Bayo and Giolito are nearing return, so all of a sudden you could look at the rotation we all thought the Red Sox would have coming into this season. And even without Cutter Crawford, it's pretty deep and pretty good.
Yeah, certainly is. The Red Sox last night, a win's a win, of course, and it doesn't matter how you score them, but it wasn't the prettiest game I've ever seen in my life. They got a run on a wild pitch that walk-off at the end was on a ground out. Like, it wasn't pretty, but it did work out. The rest of the series, though, Will, they had a real hard time with runners in scoring position, and really last night as well came up short a few times. Is that something that you're growing concerned with here early on?
No, not at all. I mean, I think it comes in waves. Here's what I would say. Look, 4 for their last 49 with runners in scoring position. That's not good. And I think this kind of comes and goes in waves over the course of a Major League Baseball season, whether a team gets big hits, and it really is like the pitch-by-pitch micro stuff that leads to those struggles. Because if you got a bunch of hitters who are falling behind in counts and all of a sudden they're seeing 1-2 sliders and chasing, that's a different story. But it starts early in these at-bats, starting to do damage, attack early, and put the ball in play, just like Jarren Duran did on the first pitch he saw in the 10th inning last night. The other thing that I would point out, Christian, is that it's so exacerbated because the Red Sox right now have more at-bats than any team in baseball with runners in scoring position, 159. Do you know what that means? There's going to be a regression to the mean, and the Red Sox are going to start scoring 7 runs a game. That's just the way this thing works. They got too many good hitters to struggle that much in those spots. And by the way, you know, it's going to be Casas and Story that turn that thing around. It just is. And both those guys have scuffled a little bit. It was really good to see Trevor put the ball in play last night. As you said, it's not going to Cooperstown that game, but it was one the Red Sox really needed.
We're talking with Will Fleming. Will, before we let you go here, Shawn Nukem has had one good start and one not so good start. What have you observed from him in his 2 starts so far, and what do you expect to see from him tonight?
Well, the Orioles were all over the cutter, and they just hammered that pitch in his first start. And then in the next start, I thought he really opened it up a little bit, stopped always leaning on that pitch. It's a classic tale, Christian, where he still has a good arm, but he doesn't have elite stuff. And the more you're around this game, you realize there's a baseball truism that is absolutely true. That was stupid and redundant, but the truth is, if you're not Garrett Crochet, if you don't have A+ stuff, strike one matters so much. You have to be ahead of these hitters. You got to get them in counts that make them uncomfortable, where they might chase a little bit more. And so that'll be the key for Shawn Nukem. As you said, I thought he looked much better, but I mean, in his last start, 10 of the 23 base runners hitters he faced reached base. So that cannot happen. I don't expect it to happen. I mean, I don't think the White Sox will send 10 base runners of 23 against any team all year, given the way their lineup is. But I think it's a good matchup for Shawn. And I'm interested to see how he works with Blake Sabol, because they've not done a lot together, and Blake is going to get the start tonight, give Narvaez a break. Wong is sort of week to week with the fracture, so that's something to monitor, just kind of pitch selection. But talking to Sabol before the game, I think he and Jason Varitek have a good idea of what to do, so should be fun. I'm expecting a good start from Shawn Nukem, and I think the Red Sox really need to sort of set the tone. It's not warm, it's not nice, but I think they should just jump all over this team early and get off on a roll.
You're right that Sabol is in for Narvaez, but there is a Narvaez catching tonight. It's his cousin for the White Sox, right?
How cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
You figure the whole clan is getting together and dialing up OB and Lou, watching the cousins on the same field. And wouldn't it be fun if at some point in the next couple days both those guys can start together in a game? And by the way, I wouldn't be all that surprised if maybe they meet at home plate and exchange the lineup cards together. We'll see.
That'd be cool. Not quite the Molinas, but, I'm getting there. All right, Will Fleming, very nice to talk with you. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, bud. All
right, that is Will Fleming. We'll have the call of the game alongside Cooper Boardman, our own Cooper Boardman, making the major leagues. How about that? Very excited to hear those two tonight. Should be a lot of fun. When we come back, Will Fleming. Before we actually get to this, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm a WEEI Studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Coming up next, Will Fleming sits down with Alex Cora, presented by your New England Ford dealers. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Alex Cora after we come back.
Canva presents your work horoscope for this week. Deadlines are in retrograde, which we all know can bring some intense energy. Our advice: fend off this forecast with Canva. Like Canva whiteboards to counter creative blocks, and Canva docs for clarity in communications. If you have any sales deals coming through, results will be in your favor with Canva presentations, manifesting many wins for you. It's a great week to love your work at canva.com.
Se você tem mais de 55 anos ou vive com uma deficiência, o Centro de Recursos para o Envelhecimento e Deficiência de Rhode Island, ou ADRC, é o seu ponto de apoio. Receba orientação grátis de cuidados de longo prazo, como Medicare, habitação e muito mais. Disque 401-462-4444 para falar com o ADRC ou busque RADRC online. Isso é um serviço do Escritório de Envelhecimento Saudável de Rhode Island.
You can put some change in a stranger's parking meter. Don't pick up your phone inside the movie theater. But there's one thing that'll help you the most. It's giving blood while you relax and read the Morning Post. Good karma by the pint. Give blood. Donate blood and then you just might save 3 people's lives and get a season's worth of good vibes.
Visit Rhode Island Blood Center to get your good karma by the pint.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Lowe's is the destination for Ego outdoor power equipment this spring. See what's new and exclusive, like the 17-inch string trimmer with Line IQ technology that auto-feeds to save you time, and the 22-inch Select Cut self-propelled mowers with a multi-blade system for precise cutting. Shop Ego Days, happening now during Spring Fest at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
The Women's Hoop Show, a podcast hosted by me, Jordan Robinson, brings you fresh women's basketball voices every week. Find the Women's Hoop Show on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Bring spring to your door with Target Circle 360. Get all you need for Easter hosting, spring get-togethers, and more with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. From Easter basket goodies to fresh florals, getting everything the same day is easy. Open the Target app and bring the magic of the season to your door with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. Visit target.com/circle or the Target app for more details. Subscription required. Same-day delivery is subject to terms. Applies to orders over $35.
Lowe's is the destination for Ego outdoor power equipment this spring. See what's new and exclusive, like the 17-inch string trimmer with Line IQ technology that auto-feeds to save you time, and the 22-inch Select Cut self-propelled mowers with a multi-blade system for precise cutting. Shop Ego Days, happening now during Spring Fest at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
We're in Baton Rouge at the original Raising Cane's with the man that started it all.
Wait, are you the Yes Chef guy?
Todd started this place 28 years ago with one goal in mind: making the best chicken fingers in the world. We got their famous box combo, chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, Texas toast slaw, and their world famous cane sauce. Could shed a tear right now.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Christian Arcand here with you. The Red Sox and the White Sox about to embark on a 3-game series out at Wright Field in Chicago. And before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora. Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 48 years and the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. With Alex Cora, here is Will Fleming.
First in Chicago with the manager, Alex Cora. You said it after the game, Alex. I think all of us felt it. That was one you really kind of needed early in the year.
Yeah, I mean, you never want to get swept at home. You win that game. It's a positive homestand. We play well. Defensively, we struggle throughout. But I think we fought all the way to the end. There were some close games. They pitched real well, and they will pitch the rest of the season. Somebody asked me about them before the season started. I'm like, the Jays are going to be good. That rotation, very solid. They know what they do. Their bullpen is really good. And, if George and Bo swing the bat the way they're capable of, they're going to be one of the toughest teams in the American League.
George was on one of those heaters. You've seen that many times before. What do you got on those extra inning strategies? I love it, Alex. When the runner's at second base, it's just immediate wheels spinning strategy. Can you talk us through your thought process? Because Springer's the hottest hitter. He might take off from first if you put him on. And I guess the key in those is limit it to one run. Is that about it?
Yeah, Bernie did a good job. Kept him in the ballpark, sac fly. They score one. Next half inning, we're going to have man at second with no out. So the chances of us scoring are very high. So people talk about walk and all that. Then all of a sudden it's first and third, and then he steals, and then it's a bloop single. They score two, and then it's tough for the home team to win that game. So you got to trust your pitchers. You got to trust your players that they're going to do the job. And if you pay attention, Bernie's been throwing the ball outstanding, right? So we took a chance, and it worked out for us.
Speaking of trusting your pitchers, Walker Buehler was awesome yesterday. That was the best he's been. More attack mode, wasn't he? What did you see from him?
Yeah, he said he felt violent yesterday on the mound, right? So threw a lot of strikes. The changeup was good. The stuff was outstanding, and that's the guy we pay for, right? That's the guy we wanted here to pair him up with Garrett, and so far so good. I know he struggled. Especially in the second one, right, with the 5-0 lead at home, but that's going to happen, right? But I think, most likely what happened yesterday is going to be the constant, and, we just got to keep it healthy.
It's hard not to smile looking out on the field right now. Cool as ever, Will Venable, the new manager of the Chicago White Sox. You spent time with him in this dugout. He raves about, Alex, what you did to help him learn how to do this job, how to see the game in advanced ways. What do you think of when you look back on your time with him?
Just solid, man. He brought a presence here. Obviously, it wasn't an easy situation for me coming back, and not having racks, right? But he's really good at what he does. He was very patient throughout the process, understood that it was going to take time. He worked for one of the best in the history of the game, Bruce Bochy over there in Texas, and learned a lot from him. He's a guy that is always asking questions, and also he has a great shoe game. He's probably the number one manager as far as shoe game goes.
Black and orange today. You've got such a great network of friends in the game. Is that the kind of thing where Will would call you and say, hey, I'm thinking about interviewing for these jobs. What do you think?
Yeah, we talk a little bit. And actually, when he made the decision to go to Texas, at that point, Chaim asked me, I'm like, let him go. It's another chance for him to work under somebody else. Actually, at one point I thought, he was going to be the manager of the Rangers if Bruce decided to retire. He has a great relationship with that front office, right? And he's really good. But he'll call me and ask me about stuff, and I'm here to help the same way others helped me early in my career. Just making me feel older, to be honest with you, kind of like a veteran manager.
Tristan Casas, your cleanup hitter. It's one of those periods early in the season where I don't know that he's caught in between, but, there's a lot of 3-2 strikes called and everything. What do you see from his approach? Is there anything you'd like to see change?
Let it eat. Got to swing with conviction. It feels like what you said, he's in between, late on fastballs, out in front of off-speed pitches. he put better swings yesterday. That's the reality of it. So, if there's a hitter that has a process, it's him. And we just have to be patient. But at the same time, I think adjustments are important to make, right? Sooner rather than later, and he's working on it.
How about Nukem? I mean, the cutter was such a weapon in spring training, and then the Orioles hammered it a little bit better, but base runners all over the place. What do you need from him?
Yeah, I think against Baltimore, it was one of those that they put up on play and they found holes, right, early on. He did a better job in the last one, and we expect the same thing here. Just go out there and compete. Obviously, bullpen-wise, we're feeling it right now after the 2 extra inning games, but we're in a good spot. They got a bunch of righties out there. We know how he works, and if we have to pivot halfway through the game, we're going to be okay.
I haven't asked you about this awful tragedy in the Dominican Republic, the nightclub. Octavio Dotel loses his life. So many others. Nelson Cruz's sister. I mean, it touches everybody in baseball. I know you faced Dotel. He was beloved in the game. What are your thoughts on that whole situation?
Yeah, just tragic. That's the word, and you never know, man. It's destiny, right? You go out for a good time, and that happens, You never expect that, and, feel for their families. Octavio was a joy to be around, I played against him when he was with the Mets early in our career, right? And, just a good teammate, everybody says, always with a smile. He was living the life the right way, and feel sorry for his family and all the Dominicans, like Rafi said, we focus ourselves on the celebrities and all that, but there's a lot of people that lost their loved ones, and our hearts go to them.
Very well said. Thanks, Alex. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Will.
That was Alex Cora with Will Fleming. By the way, you can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI with so much love. You won't want to miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. Find your authorized retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. I'm Christian Arcan. We still got a lot to get to here, including the look around the MLB scoreboard. We got our starting lineups, and we got the lock of the game. That's next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Canva presents the killer of productivity. It was an ordinary workday until...
Oh no, this meeting. It could have been an email.
Run. Canva had a creative solve.
Forget email. I'll just put the info the team needs in a Canva doc, and I'll make it visual with images, charts, and graphics.
Bring productivity killers to justice with creativity. Love your work at canva.com.
Se você tem mais de 55 anos ou vive com uma deficiência, o Centro de Recursos para o Envelhecimento e Deficiência de Rhode Island, ou ADRC, é o seu ponto de apoio. Receba orientação grátis de cuidados de longo prazo, como Medicare, habitação e muito mais. Disque 401-462-4444 para falar com o ADRC ou busque RADRC online. Isso é um serviço do Escritório de Envelhecimento Saudável de Rhode Island.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution Soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Springfest at Lowe's means can't miss savings for your home and lawn. Right now, buy 3 bags, get 3 free on Miracle Grow 3/4 cubic foot all-purpose garden soil. Plus, buy 2, get 1 free on select exterior paint and stain via mail-in rebate. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 4/16, excludes Alaska and Hawaii. While supplies last, selection varies by location. See rebate form for complete list of eligible products. Offer excludes clearance and mist tints and can't be combined with any other offer, promotion, discount, or coupon.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
The Women's Hoop Show, a podcast hosted by me, Jordan Robinson, brings you fresh women's basketball voices and breakdowns every week. I'll be joined by hoop experts all year long. Find the Women's Hoop Show on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Janice. I'm a coach at Awaken 180 Weight Loss. When a client reaches the goal that they've set, they are so proud of themselves. They are so thrilled with how they look and how they feel. They are ready to take on the next thing. And that's one thing about weight loss. It's so much more than a number on a scale. It's about self-respect. It's a momentum thing. Now that I've lost 50 pounds, wow, there's no reason why I can't do this next thing that initially seemed so daunting, but now I know I can do it. The celebration is not just how much better you look and feel, but how much more self-respect you have. We get on a track of success at Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Losing weight with Awaken 180 isn't about the number on the scale. It's about how that number spearheads endless successes. Bring your goals to Awaken 180, then celebrate when you check off each and every one of them. Call 844-346-1800, 844-346-1800, or online at Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Red Sox Review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
Welcome back. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcand, and now it's time for the Herb Chambers starting lineups. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. For the Red Sox, leading off in left field is Jarren Duran, who got the rally started in the 10th inning last night when they walked off against Toronto. He'll be followed by Raffy Devers DHing, Alex Bregman in third, Tristan Cassis, the cleanup hitter, at first base. Trevor Story, who was last night's hero with the walk-off, will bat fifth and play shortstop. He'll be followed by Wilyer Abreu and Christian Campbell in right field and second base, respectively. Blake Sabol, who just got recalled from Worcester on Tuesday, will do the catching, and Ceddanne Rafaela batting ninth in center field behind the starter, Shawn Nukem. For the White Sox, it'll be Miguel Vargas leading off at third base. He came over in the Michael Kopech, Tommy Edman trade with the Dodgers and the Cardinals. Luis Robert will be in center field. He had that big 2023, was injured last year, could not recreate his big output. Austin Slater will be in right. It's his first year in Chicago. Followed by Andrew Vaughn, the DH, who, if you were just talking with Will, another guy that they drafted third overall in 2019, who's bounced around the minors a little bit and is now getting a shot. He'll be batting cleanup tonight, followed by Lennon Sosa at first base, batting fifth. Michael A. Taylor in left. Chase Mydroth making his major league debut at second base, came over in the Crochet trade. He'll be followed by Omar Narvaez, who does the catching, and who is the cousin of Red Sox catcher Carlos Narvaez, and Jacob Amaya will bat ninth and play shortstop behind the starter, Davis Martin. Time now for a look at the Subaru scoreboard. A little love goes a long way in the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. One game has been postponed already. That would be the Orioles and the Blue Jays. A lot of rain at Camden Yards, so they're going to reschedule that one till sometime in late July. I believe it's the 29th when they play that game. Game's in progress right now. It's the bottom of the fourth inning. The Guardians enjoying a 3-0 lead over the Royals. Gabriel Arias with a 3-run home run in that one. Top three, same score for the Reds and the Pirates. Reds up 3-0 thanks to a Heimer Candelaria 2-run home run as they lead the Bucks there. It is top of the third in Cincinnati. Bottom of the first, the Braves with a 1-0 lead over the Rays down at Steinbrenner Field. There's a rain delay in the Bronx for the Yankees and the Giants. That game just about to get underway as soon as the weather clears up, assuming it does. Bottom one in Florida, the Marlins and the Nationals are scoreless. Still to come tonight. We have a pretty good schedule of games here. The Angels taking on the Astros in Houston. We have Detroit and Minnesota. It's Reese Olson and David Festa will be your starting pitchers in the Twin Cities. The Philadelphia Phillies paying a visit to the St. Louis Cardinals. Aaron Nola and Andre Palante are your starting pitchers there. Rockies and the Padres will get underway at 9:40 in San Diego. German Marquez and Nick Pivetta, old friend, will be the starting pitchers there. A 9:40 start time in Arizona between Milwaukee and the D-backs with Jose Quintana and another old friend, Eddie Rodriguez, your starters there. 9:40 start time for Seattle and Texas in Seattle. A 10:05 start time for the A's and the Mets, and the Dodgers will host the Chicago Cubs at 10:10, and that will be Matthew Boyd getting the start for the Cubbies. Yoshinobu Yamamoto will be your starter for the Dodgers. And all in all here, with the Red Sox getting this series underway with the White Sox, it's going to be the first of a 3-game set with Chicago and the first of a 6-game road trip that will see them head to Tampa Bay after this, as the Red Sox looking to get back into the plus column. They are 7-7 after these 14 games and have certainly looked at times like a team that can conquer the world, and at other times like a team that has some things they got to really work out, both at the plate, in the field, and on the pitcher's mound as well. We'll see which one of those Red Sox teams we get here tonight against the White Sox. Again, a White Sox team that after their brutal 2024 season are off to a additionally brutal 2025 start. They are 2-10 to start the year, 2-4 at Rate Field. The Red Sox 7-7 after 14 games. They are 3-4 away from Fenway Park. And now here's the lock of the game. It's presented by NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again. All right. I've been having some ups and downs here with my locks of the game, but this one I feel like is a nice little 2-leg parlay that I think you can feel good about. It's the White Sox. They're not very good, so I'm going to go ahead and take Boston on the money line, and let's go ahead and take the over, too. Over under 7.5. Let's go ahead and take the over. I think the bats bounce back, and I think the Red Sox here pour it on. Maybe the White Sox get a run or two to even it out. But I think this is going to be a nice offensive series here for the Red Sox. It certainly should be. So that's what I'm going with. Red Sox on the money line, and let's go over 7.5. All right, that's Mass Mutual pregame show that you have been listening to right here. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. The first pitch from Rate Field is coming your way next, right here on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And we're back with Canva Presents Secret Sounds Work Edition. Caller, guess this sound.
It's a mouse click.
So close. That's actually publishing a website with Canva Docs. Next caller.
Definitely a mouse click.
Nice try. It was sorting 100 sticky notes with a Canva whiteboard. We also would have accepted resizing a Canva video into 10 different sizes.
What? No way.
Yes way. One click can go a long way. Love your work at canva.com.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Springfest at Lowe's means can't miss savings for your home and lawn. Right now, buy 3 bags, get 3 free on Miracle-Gro 3/4 cubic foot all-purpose garden soil. Plus, buy 2, get 1 free on select exterior paint and stain via mail-in rebate. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 4/16, excludes Alaska and Hawaii. While supplies last, selection varies by location. See rebate form for complete list of eligible products. Offer excludes clearance and mist tints and can't be combined with any other offer, promotion, discount, or coupon.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
The Women's Hoop Show, a podcast hosted by me, Jordan Robinson, brings you fresh women's basketball voices and breakdowns every week. I'll be joined by hoop experts all year long. Find the Women's Hoop Show on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can count on
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Mark, the owners of Reliable Fence, New England's leading fencing company.
We're a family-owned business that has delivered unbeatable value for over 70 years. Gramps thought that if he gave the best customer service with the best fence product, people would notice. And they have, with a 4.7-star Google rating from over 650 reviews.
That's right, Mike. Our high-quality fences protect and beautify your property, and always at a fair price. Plus, our dedicated year-round staff is always here for all your needs.
And right now, you can save big with our annual Spring Into Savings sale, where you'll save 20%.
If you've been thinking about getting a new fence or replacing an old one, now's the perfect time to take advantage of our awesome Spring Into Savings sale and save 20%.
Just go to reliablefencing.com. That's reliable, FENCING.com for the best fence around.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action. This is... Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over. And the Red Sox win on a wall double by Devers. Jump on his back, fellas. The Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Novo's pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella. Here for good.
Devers is homered in 5 straight.
Buy Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike three, a no-hitter. 23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back. Grand slam.
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone. Into the bullpen.
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist. Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Battle won by House.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on.
Goodbye, Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Cooper Boardman.
On the south side of Chicago, a chilly Friday night, and we welcome you to the first game of a 6-game two-city road trip. The Red Sox visiting the Chicago White Sox. Boston comes in right at 500 after a thrilling extra innings win last night. The White Sox, meanwhile, back on the losing train. They've lost 8 in a row. They are 2-10. It is chilly but clear for now here on the south side as the Red Sox look to keep their momentum going after that big-time swing from Trevor Story last night. Shawn Nukem makes his third Red Sox start. He is familiar with the cold. He is opposed by Davis Martin, who got absolutely shelled in his last start for the White Sox. Will Fleming along with Cooper Boardman for the first time. He'll do a Major League ball game tonight. We are thrilled to have Cooper with us. Before we introduce you to Coop and get the lineups and set the scene, time now for the National Anthem, which is brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com, where you'll find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
Oh, say, can you see? By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A chilly Friday night in Chicago, the Red Sox and the White Sox. The Southsiders just played a video from the 2005 Divisional Series, which was swept by the White Sox. Shots fired by the Chicago White Sox about the last time they were a real contender in baseball. They won the World Series that year. The umpires march out. Will Venable and Alex Cora about to meet at home plate to exchange the lineup cards. Cooper Boardman, welcome to the big leagues. The Red Sox get an extra innings win last night. And again, this is a White Sox team that is in a rut. They've got to capitalize on these 3 games.
No question about it. Look, I showed up yesterday. They won. I'm hoping that if I show up for the next 3 days, we'll get the same thing. It's awesome to be with you. And, you look at this Red Sox team right now. I think you got exactly what you needed yesterday. And it sets up for 3 days where, on paper, you should win all 3 games. And you and I have been around the game long enough to know that that's not necessarily what happens. But this is a team that is far better than the one that last played here in 2024. And I think we're going to see that over the next 72 hours.
Yeah, a year ago, the Red Sox had to scratch and claw to split a 4-game series in that historically awful season for the Chicago White Sox. Of course, this marks the return of Garrett Crochet to Chicago. He met with the media before the game, said he had to show his ID to get into the ballpark, which he thought was hilarious. Chase Mydroff, the man sent to the White Sox as part of that big package, he's in the lineup today for Will Venable and makes his Major League debut. So some real storylines opening this series.
No question. The entire city of Chicago was huddled around Garrett Crochet in the Red Sox dugout earlier on today. It's a very interesting, 2 paths going in opposite directions. You just described what the White Sox are and have been and probably will be for a long time, at least over these next few years, and where the Red Sox are going. And that is led by that man who talked to the media earlier on today.
As Alex Cora says, Will Venable's got the best shoe game in all of baseball, and he's showing off here today. He's got like black and orange high tops. He is such a cool cat, is Venable. He's got his work cut out, but Cooper, how about tonight's starting lineups.
Let's do it. The Morgan & Morgan starting lineups brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. So let's meet tonight's players, starting with the Boston Red Sox. Visiting tonight, Jarren Duran leads off, the left fielder. Big hit last night in extra innings. He's followed by Rafi Devers, the designated hitter, batting second. 2 more hits for Rafi yesterday. Alex Bregman hits third and plays third. RBI single in the 6th inning yesterday against the Blue Jays. Tristan Casas bats clean up the first baseman for the Sox. Batting 5th, the shortstop Trevor Story stole a couple of bases with a couple of hits yesterday. Wilyer Abreu follows him. The right fielder Christian Campbell hits 7th, the second baseman Blake Sable gets the start tonight at catcher against the right-hander Martin. And Cedon Rafaela bats 9th and plays center for the Red Sox, with Shawn Nukem on the mound against this White Sox lineup at 2 and 10 under the aforementioned Will Venable. Miguel Vargas, the third baseman, leads off. Luis Robert, 2023 All-Star, who's not been himself since, bats second, the center fielder. Austin Slater is their 3-hitter and plays right field. Andrew Vaughn is the cleanup man, the designated hitter. Lenin Sosa bats 5th and plays first. Michael A. Taylor bats 6th and plays left. Chase Mydroth, Worcester Red Sox legend Chase Mydroth, bats 7th, the second baseman. Omar Narvaez does the catching, just up from Double-A, the cousin of Carlos Narvaez on the Red Sox. And Jacob Amaya bats 9th and plays short. Once again, the Morgan & Morgan starting lineups. Tonight's Speed Report is brought to you by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals, and we will see the speed right from the jump tonight. Jarren Duran, who now leads the American League in stolen bases with 5 of them. Trevor Story, the Red Sox 5-hitter, is 4 for 4, second in the American League, tied with Bobby Witt and a few others for that one. Red Sox injury report, just getting the updates from AAA. Brian Bayo is making a rehab start for AAA Worcester. The injury report is brought to you by Ketchus Law Group, champions for the injured, with more than $3 billion recovered for New Englanders. And Brian Bayo went 4 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, with 5 strikeouts over now season high in the rehab comeback for Brian Bayo for the Woo Sox tonight. Here in Chicago, the sky is blue, the wind blowing in on a blustery, cool Illinois evening as the Red Sox try to beat the Chicago White Sox. And for the play-by-play, here is Will Fleming.
Thank you so much, Coop. It is awesome to be with you for your first ride in the major leagues. It will not be a big crowd here tonight. Jarren Duran has the hood on, red tops above gray pants. Davis Martin throws, and Duran takes strike 1 on the inside corner. Jarren had the big hit in the 10th inning that set the wheels in motion, tied the game. The Sox won it 3 batters later. Here's the pitch to Duran, and it is chopped on the first base side, softly hit. It is handled over there, taken to the bag in plenty of time by Sosa. And Duran on 2 pitches is retired. So the White Sox have lost 8 in a row. They're 2 and 10. They won on opening day, and it really has just been a slog since then. Here now, the red-hot Rafi Devers looked the part again last night. 15 for his last 35 with 6 extra base hits. 28-year-old Davis Martin throws, and Rafi swings and misses at a fastball. That was just a little bit above the belt. And it is 0-1. It is brisk here on the south side of Chicago. We did get going right on time at 6:40. At the time of the first pitch, the temperature 44 degrees. But I convinced Coop to have the windows open. He's going to brave it for as long as we can. The 0-1 is up and away to Devers. And it's 1-1. Time and temp brought to you by Hatfield Marinated Pork. Upgrade and elevate your grilling game with Hatfield Marinated Pork. 1-1 to Devers. 1 out in the first. Martin throws, and Rafi fouls it off. Or maybe just check swung and missed. It popped out of the glove of Narvaez, and it's 1-2. It's amazing. Devers started 0 for 21. 0 for 21, and a week later he's hitting .278. And an 801 OPS. Left-handed slugger waits. Martin is ready. Here's the 1-2, and it is popped up into shallow center field. The White Sox shortstop Amaya backpedaling, calls everybody off. He's there to make the play. And they're 2 away.
The White Sox defense, Lenine Sosa at first, Chase Mydroth in his major league debut came from the Red Sox at second. You just heard Amaya at short. Miguel Vargas plays third, outfield left to right. Michael A. Taylor, Luis Robert, Austin Slater, and Omar Narvaez does the catching for Davis Martin.
It's the Baldwin Group defensive alignment as Bregman takes strike one on the outside corner. They're protecting Davis Martin tonight. Brought to you by the Baldwin Group, Insurance, Employee Benefits, and Wealth Management. If you can dream it, we can protect it. 0-1 to Bregman. Hits him. Fastball ran up and in. And so the Red Sox have their first base runner with 2 down. On a night like this, that could not feel good.
No. And this is the thing about Davis Martin. You look at what he did on opening day against the Angels, 6 scoreless. Then he gets shelled in Game 2 against the Tigers. If you go back to last year and his last few years, he has not had control.
So many other pitchers had Tommy John a couple of years ago. Here is Tristan Casas, who's in a major rut offensively. The pitch to him is a strike on the inside corner. Cutter on the inside corner. And it is 0-1. Casas overall $170 with a homer and 3 driven in. Bregman leading at first. 0-1 to Tristan. Pitch is drilled high and foul and deep down the left field line. So, as has so often been the case, Casas facing an 0-2 count.
It is amazing, and we were there in spring training when he was talking about going the other way again and again. And you look percentage-wise at him early in the year, almost all he's done is go the other way.
Bregman leading at first, 0-2 with 2 down in this top half. The pitch is, called a ball. Probably should have been a strike, but benefit of the doubt from Quinn Walcott, the home plate umpire. Paul Clemens at first, Brian Walsh at second with the crew chief. Adrian Johnson at third. No score, top 1. Casas waits, and a throw to first. Bregman was kind of leaning a little bit there. Narvaez has not thrown well for a long time behind the plate, so the Red Sox, when they get chances, will be in run mode. 1-2 to Tristan. Long set from Martin, and the pitch is swung on and missed. He got him, and Casas is gone. The Red Sox done in the top of the first. Shawn Nukem to the mound after this. No score after half an inning in the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And we're back with Canva Presents Secret Sounds Work Edition. Caller, guess this sound.
It's a mouse click.
So close. That's actually publishing a website with Canva Docs. Next caller.
Definitely a mouse click.
Nice try. It was sorting 100 sticky notes with a Canva whiteboard. We also would have accepted resizing a Canva video into 10 different sizes.
What? No way.
Yes way. One click can go a long way. Love your work at canva.com.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution Soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Shawn Nukem for the third time in a Red Sox uniform takes the baseball on the mound in Chicago. Miguel Vargas, one of the very few people still in his original lineup spot in the leadoff role. He takes a fastball outside from Nukem for ball 1 10 seconds ago. The White Sox brought in a new lineup card. Vargas leads off. Then Robert stays in the 2-hole. The 1-0 is swung on and missed by Nukem. Good cutter. And it's 1-1. Austin Slater clearly felt something in the pregame warm-up. He's out of there. And Sosa bats third, then Vaughn, the DH. Here is a ball outside. Close pitch. And a changeup, but it is 2-1.
Austin Slater probably walked outside, said, I'm good.
Well, with a lineup change in your first major league inning, you might be thinking the same thing as Vargas fouls it off. Right field side. It stays 2-2 to Vargas. Nukem debuted in Baltimore, got hit very hard over 4 innings. A lot of base runners against him. 2-2. Swing and a foul. He threw a good slider there. And Vargas just stays alive. He's induced 4 double plays, but he's needed them. Last start, 10 of 23 base runners reached. And overall, in 8 2/3 innings, he's had 20 base runners. Tough way to live. Score, bottom 1. Nukem throws, and a fastball misses high and outside. And it is 3-2.
Oh, you mentioned it. I'm fascinated to watch the pitch usage. Part of this for him tonight, you said it, too many cutters in that first outing.
3-2, swinging another foul. That was a good cutter.
But he's talked about it. His key is not even so much a cutter, which is so much improved and really created this year for him. It's more about, can he land these breaking balls in the zone and allow everything else to play?
3-2 to Vargas. Pitch popped up, foul again. An early battle against Nukem. In their 8-game losing streak, White Sox have been outscored 42-16. Fewest runs scored in big league baseball. 35 total. Here's another 3-2 and another foul ball back. Well, something of a discouraging start here early for Nukem. He's going to throw at least 10 pitches in this first at-bat. Here's another 3-2, and it is popped up again, foul and out of play. That'll drive a starter crazy, just trying to ease into a game on a cold night.
This has been part of it, too. I mean, you talk about cutters and four-seamers as, strike early count pitches. That's all he's thrown to try to put this guy away.
Needs something else. Here's the 3-2, and it is outside ball 4. He went with a two-seamer and missed. So an inauspicious start for Nukem, the leadoff man aboard for the White Sox.
It's always interesting to watch guys like this, right? I mean, you're talking about somebody who throws 6 different pitches with genuine regularity, like a Seth Lugo kind of guy. And how they settle into a game, how much of your 6 do you use early on?
Here is a ball up and away from Luis Robert Jr., 90-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-0. So Nukem is scuffling early. Robert, $154 with no homers and just 1 driven in. Here's the 1-0, and it is excuse me, ground ball down the first base line. Casas gloves and tags out Robert. They come together down the line. And a good play there by Tristan. On the play, Vargas is up to second, but 1 away. Here now, the first baseman, Lenin Sosa. Robert, for many years, looked like about the most physically talented player in baseball. No health, no results of late. The pitch is swung on and fouled at the feet of this right-handed hitter, Sosa. And it is 0-1.
He's one of those guys, you open up any analytical kind of deeper dive into him, and every number still looks right. It still looks good, and it has not happened for him over a very long period of time.
Here's the 0-1. Down and in to Lenin Sosa. Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. For every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Here for the Jimmy Fund and here for good. Ball, 1 strike. Pitch. That's in there. Bottom of the zone, a good cutter. And it is 1-2. 8 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 5 walks, hit batter. Not yet allowed a home run. 1-2 to Sosa. Here it is. Swinging a soft ground ball, foul outside of third. A paltry crowd on a chilly Friday night. There's a possibility that tomorrow and Sunday, as temperatures get into the 50s, maybe larger crowds, but this fan base has just been bludgeoned. Not a lot of reasons to believe right now. 1-2. Here's the pitch. And it's fouled off on the first base side.
Yeah, this is the part where I make the joke about being up from AAA. It is different, but It's not maybe as different as you think it might be.
Yeah, it's not a packed day at Fenway, that's for sure. I mean, the dimensions are much different. The attendance not that far off. 1-2. Pitch is strike three call. Good slider on the outside corner. Nukem has his first punch out, and they're 2 away.
Yeah, that looks like it, right? I mean, he struck out 5 over 4 2/3 against the Cardinals, and I know he had a battle to do it, but that is bread and butter. It's 4-seamers up in the zone, and then go. It's a slider, but it's a slurve, and so it has north-south to it. You get a lot of looks like that, especially from right-hand hitters, because that is less platoon sensitive.
Here's Andrew Vaughn, who amazingly in some ways is like the face of the franchise here. He is off to a very cool start. $125 with a homer and 5 driven in. Strike 1 from Nukem. 1 with a runner at second and 2 down in the first. The pitch fouled off. Out of play down the right field side. And it was quickly 0-2. So no injury report on Austin Slater. Brooks Baldwin takes his place in the lineup for Will Venable in his first year at the helm of these White Sox. 0-2. The pitch is strike three called. He fans a couple in a row to pitch out of a mini jam in the first. We go to the second inning. No score. Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Canva presents the killer of productivity. It was an ordinary workday until...
Oh no, this meeting. It could have been an email.
Run. Canva had a creative solve.
Forget email. I'll just put the info the team needs in a Canva doc, and I'll make it visual with images, charts, and graphics.
Bring productivity killers to justice with creativity. Love your work at canva.com.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
The Women's Hoop Show, a podcast hosted by me, Jordan Robinson, brings you fresh women's basketball voices every week. Find the Women's Hoop Show on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
To the second inning in Chicago we go. Trevor Story leads it off from the right side. No score. Davis Martin back to the mound. He throws, and Trevor takes strike one on the outside corner. Trevor at that little squibber on the right side that won the game for the Sox last night at Fenway Park. Comes in 264 with a couple homers and 5 driven in. The 0-1. That's outside. Good take. Did not go around, and it's 1-1. It's heated up over the last 10 days, has Story. Here's the 1-1. Low and outside. That's such a key thing for him, laying off spin away.
He has seen in the American League maybe one of the most highest curveball rates of anyone.
2-1 is high in the air into right field. That is now Brooks Baldwin underneath it to make the play. So Trevor puts it in play, but he is retired. And there's one out in this top of the second.
I think, too, that, and we saw signs of this yesterday, couple of hits, but it's about the timing on that. All right, he's got to the point where he's laying off the sliders down and away and the curveballs off four-seamers. Now get to the point where when the fastball comes, you're on time for it. I do think it's close.
Here's Wilyer Abreu. One down. The pitch is way up and outside. Willier's got the mask on. He's 0 for his last 15 after the torrid start to this season. He does not look all that comfortable in the batter's box. It is frigid. The 1-0 is ripped on a line into right field. That's a base hit. Wilyer took 2 groups of batting practice today before the ball game, trying to work out the kinks. That is more like it. And there is the Red Sox first base hit.
Obviously, people have seen it the last couple of years at the major league level, but even going back to seeing him every day at AAA, white hot for 10, 15 plate appearances, freezing cold for 10, 15. And that, generally speaking, is the kind of swing that starts the good 15 plate appearances.
Your lips to God's ears. Here's Christian Campbell, right-handed hitter. Pitch to him is a really good take. Fastball just outside, 1-0. And that's the only sign we've seen all year long for Campbell, that he was a little jumpy on the opening day. And then the home opener, bad takes, not as stable. That was a good sign. 1-0. Throw to first. Diving back in is Abreu. I don't know if you predicted that in your major league debut I would invent words like jumpity.
I love it. That's a major league word. I don't know what you're talking about.
1-0 to Campbell. Here's the pitch. It is a strike. Right at the top of the zone. Two-seam fastball from this man, Davis Martin, who's 28 years old. Picked in the 14th round 7 years ago out of Texas Tech. 1-1 pitch. Campbell loops one into left field. That's a base hit. Wilyer heads for second. He'll hold there. And the Red Sox have something going here in the top of the second.
That's a changeup. You have to prove with this guy who throws changeups more than any other pitch as a starting pitcher that you can hit that. And that's a Christian swing. Pull the hands in. It's not crazy exit velocity. It's not crazy lift like we're used to seeing, but it's the ability to fight something into left field with the strength he has, and now you got it rolling in the second.
What a chance here for Blake Sabol. It's the start over Carlos Narvaez. Left on right. The pitch is inside. Sabol told me before the game he's at his best offensively when he lays off the pitch below the zone. And he gets a lot of those. This is his third AB with the Red Sox. Hitless so far. 1-0. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch. Swinging a hard ground ball up the middle. It is backhanded. Flipped to second for 1. Relay to first. In time. Double play. Sabol hit it hard, but the White Sox in the perfect spot to turn 2. We go to the bottom of the second. Nukem back to work on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Canva presents the killer of productivity. It was an ordinary workday until...
Oh no, this meeting. It could have been an email.
Run. Canva had a creative solve.
Forget email. I'll just put the info the team needs in a Canva doc, and I'll make it visual with images, charts, and graphics.
Bring productivity killers to justice with creativity. Love your work at canva.com.
You can help an old lady get across the street, save somebody from choking when they're out to eat. But there's one thing that'll help you the most. It's giving blood while you relax and read the Morning Post. Good karma by the pint. Give blood. Donate blood and then you just might save 3 people's lives and get a season's worth of good vibes.
Visit Rhode Island Blood Center to get your Good Karma by the pint.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Your smart speaker to play, 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Shawn Nukem back to the mound as we go to the bottom of the second. Red Sox in Chicago. Michael A. Taylor, longtime national, bunts it on the first base side. Sable picks it up, and he won't even make a throw. That's a good play by Taylor to try to spark this White Sox offense. Sable did not look comfortable throwing yesterday. I'm not sure any catcher would have made that play. That's a real heads-up try there by Taylor.
Well, Sable was the only guy who had a chance on this planet to make the play. You've got a lefty on the mound, so if Nukem gets there, he would have had to turn his numbers to the first base side dugout before he made the throw, but you're right. You look at the replay, Sable had no chance.
Here's Brooks Baldwin, late addition into the lineup. Bregman creeps into third, and a high fastball from Nukem. This is high for ball one. No score. Red Sox 2 consecutive hits. Sable hit it hard, but right into the defense. Brooks Baldwin made his debut in the major leagues last July. Pitch way late on a fastball, 91, but it was in the mitt when he swung, and it's 1-1. Nukem has twice seen the White Sox, both as a reliever with the A's. The 1-1 is down and in. Cut fastball, and it's 2-1.
I also think about mentality, and look, these are major league hitters, but this is not a major league lineup, top to bottom. You think about the Orioles lineup and how hard it is to attack them and throw strikes. You think about even the Cardinals lineup early in the season, the way that's been.
2-1 is another bunt attempt. I think they clearly, two things are going on at the same time. One, it's a scuffling offense. They've scored 35 runs, fewest in the game, and I think they might see something in Blake Sable.
Yeah, well, especially with a lefty on the mound. That throw to first is significantly more difficult if you bunt it first base side.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Baldwin. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. He looked totally overmatched right there, did Baldwin. Slider he missed by 5 feet. Nukem has his 3rd strikeout. And there's one away.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I mean, you show that you can throw a four-seamer at the top of the zone. We've seen now the 3 worst swings of the White Sox day on that slurve.
So how cool is this moment? Chase Mydroth making his major league debut. First AB with the Chicago White Sox. The pitch is a little bit low. Probably should have been called a strike, but it's ball one. Of course, he came over in the trade for Garrett Crochet, beloved in the Red Sox organization, and really made himself a valuable asset. 1-0, and the throw to first chases Taylor back.
Great friends with Marcelo Meyer. They were on the phone when Chase got the call that he was getting traded here. You think about all of the emotion of the moment and then all of the emotion of playing the other team in this moment.
Here's the 1-0, and that's way high. Sable's throw, no chance. Taylor a head-first slide. I mean, Sable in his career has now only thrown out 7 of 57 on the bases.
That's Michael A. Taylor, who, over a decade in the big leagues has gone century mark plus in stolen bases. And you figure if they're going to score runs, this is how they're going to do it.
Been a great year last year with AAA Worcester. Did Mydroth. The 2-0 is outside. This is a guy who led minor league baseball with 105 walks. And he's got a 3-0 count. I hope the kid is tempted to pull the trigger here, knowing his DNA. Probably not. 3-0, and he takes ball 4 up and away. None of those pitches were close. Although the first looked like it was at the bottom of the zone, but after that, Nukem missed badly. So now the White Sox, just like the Orioles and the Cardinals, traffic everywhere against Nukem.
And just knowing Chase, and obviously, I hope that's the last time he gets on base in the next 72 hours, but for some guys, the first hit is a crazy, unbelievable moment. For him, a first walk is the moment.
And he's laughing with Tristan Casas. Those two spent some time together in the minor league, especially as Tristan rehabbed a year ago. Here is Omar Narvaez, Carlos's cousin, longtime big league catcher. The pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. Spring is here. Ham it up. A spiral sliced ham at Shaw's and Star Market just in time for your Easter feasts. Spiral sliced ham bone-in is now just 99 cents a pound. 0-1, 2 on, 1 out. Nukem sets. He throws. And a swing and a soft ground ball foul off of Narvaez's feet. So it's going to be 0-2. We take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaw's and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
WEEI Studios. 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Well, Fleming and Cooper Boardman in Chicago. A curveball in there for strike three. Nukem doing what he's done in a Red Sox uniform, pitching into trouble and almost now out of it.
It's a Shawn Nukem dance, and this is also the only left-hander he's going to see in this lineup, 1 through 9. This is the guy you have to go 1, 2, 3 pitches against, who was playing in Birmingham, 48 hours ago.
And here now is Jacob Amaya, the shortstop. 2 on, 2 out, scoreless in the bottom of the second. Nukem working with Sable for the first time. Sets, he throws, and a line drive, fair ball down the corner. This is going to score at least 1 run. It caroms back toward the infield. Duran picks it up. They send Mydroth. He's tearing around third. He scores standing. It's a 2-run double for the 9-hole hitter, Jacob Amaya. And this time, Nukem does not escape trouble. The Sox of Chicago lead by 2.
It's a cutter. It's honestly not a badly placed cutter, inner half, but again, you go to that well again and again. They're going to, especially right-hand hitters, are going to walk up there swinging at it. That was what we saw against the Orioles.
No doubt about it. Here now, top of the order again with Vargas. Pitch to him is way high and outside. You just cannot live in the big leagues with this many people on base. And yes, it's the White Sox. Yes, it's their 9-hole hitter, but too many mistakes in the middle of the plate. That thing got ripped. 1-0 to Vargas. Yeah, that's called a ball. Cut fastball that misses outside, and it's 2-0. I think in some ways the 12-pitch walk that Vargas worked to begin the game sort of set the tone for this affair. And 2-0 pitch. High fly into center field. Not going to go anywhere on this night. Rafaela's got it. Calls off Duran, and the inning is over, but not before the White Sox get 2. And after 2, they lead the Red Sox 2-0 on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Canva presents the killer of productivity. It was an ordinary workday until...
Oh no, this meeting. It could have been an email.
Run. Canva had a creative solve.
Forget email. I'll just put the info the team needs in a Canva doc, and I'll make it visual with images, charts, and graphics.
Bring productivity killers to justice with creativity. Love your work at canva.com.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
2-0, the White Sox lead the Red Sox as we go to the top of the third for the first ever time in a big league game. For the play-by-play, my honor to introduce Cooper Boardman.
Will Fleming, thank you very much. Cedar Rafaela takes the first pitch of the third outside. Yeah, 2-0 White Sox. RBI double to drive home two for Jacob Amaya. And now Cedar against Davis Martin. And Rafaela fouls it back to go 1-1. Rafaela, Jarren Duran, and Rafi Devers, 9-1-2. For the Red Sox, who have 2 hits in the first couple of innings from Abreu and Christian Campbell. Third pitch, and it is on the inside corner with a strike. 1-2 on the slider from Davis Martin. who's thrown strikes. It's been the difference between the two sides. Right versus right to begin the third inning. 1-2. And Cedon pokes it foul. Flailed the bat at a 95-mile-an-hour four-seamer from Martin. Outfield plays Rafaela deep. First baseman Sosa way off the line for the right-hand hitter. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Changeup down. And there's one away here in the third inning. Cold night in Chicago. Not a cloud to be found and a blue sky as the sun starts to set.
You're doing a good job. No gloves, no jacket, windows open.
It's only the third inning.
Things could change.
Jaron Duran now. He swings, chops it. Left side at Vargas. Third baseman backhands, throws from the grass to retire Duran. And 2 up and 2 down to start the third for Davis Martin, who, again, has thrown strikes and gotten outs.
You know, you've experienced this just as I did in the minor leagues, Cooper. I've always felt like ball clubs that play in stadiums where nobody comes have this weird reverse home field advantage where the opponent's got to come in and kind of generate their own energy.
And we've seen it in this ballpark with the Red Sox as Raffy takes strike one on the outside corner. Curveball from Martin, where if you walk in here and you puff your chest out and you play that way, you generally put them away early in games. 0-1. That is a fastball on the outside corner. Raffy had something not so kind to say to the home plate umpire, Quinn Walcott. And he's down 0-2 in a flash. Martin was right back up on the rubber. Raffy called time immediately to slow that roll.
You never see him this frustrated, especially early in a game, not that consequential at bat. He hated that call.
Down 0-2 in the pitch. That's down and away. And the change up 1-2. Right versus left. 2 outs in the top of the third inning. And a 1-2 from Davis Martin is upstairs. Folks, the third inning is brought to you by Citgo. Whether you're crossing the state line or just going cross town, Club Citgo can save you money on every fill-up along the way. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 2-2. Devers takes outside, so he's gone from 0-2 and angry to 3-2 and very much alive. Outfield stays deep, infield shaded right side. I draw the second baseman directly between the bags. And a 3-2 to Raffy Devers from Davis Martin. And Raffy takes upstairs for ball 4. A well-earned 2-out walk for Devers.
He's just been incredible. You know, the 67 walks last year. Now with that free pass, Raffy in 15 games has already walked 10 times. He is not expanding the zone.
On base percentage of .378 when he woke up this morning. And he's on for Bregman. 2 outs in the third. And Alex takes way upstairs. Ball 1.
Isn't it amazing that fans all across baseball still boo the former Astros?
2025. Hey, even like George Springer stepped up to the plate the other night. I also think, too, that even if it's just a few people at a ballpark like this, you're going to hear the sound carom. Count 1-0 to Bregman, who I don't think is too bothered by it. He takes outside with the slider. 6 consecutive balls from Davis Martin, who walked 4 per 9 last year. Raffy inching off of first, 2-0. Bregman takes. That's a strike on the inside corner with the changeup. That's the pitch that when he's been a little bit in trouble, Davis Martin, he's gone to. It's like he can put that in the zone, very Tarek Skubal-esque. 2-1 pitch. Bregman swings, corks it on a line down the left field line. It's fair. Down the left field corner, it rattles around. Devers around second. He stops at third. Alex Bregman pulls into second with an AL leading 6th double of the season.
I mean, it's just such a veteran approach. Work a count, be patient to get it to 2-1. He got a total hanger, and I don't know how he was able to yank that thing fair down the line. And here we go again, Coop. Another big-time at-bat for Tristan Casas.
Omar Narvaez, the catcher, goes out to talk with Davis Martin, and Tristan gets his moment here.
By the way, I want to congratulate you. I think you're the first person ever in the history of the world to compare Davis Martin to Tarek Skubal.
It's most of the reason why I took the flight here. So men on second and third, 2 outs, third inning. Red Sox down 2-0 in Chicago against the White Sox. And Tristan Casas steps to the plate. First pitch. Swing, fly ball, blooped into shallow center. Late start for Robert, but he comes in. And he's under it to put it away and end the inning. Walk for Devers, double for Bregman, but nothing more. We go to the bottom half of the third inning. Red Sox down 2-0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Canva presents your work horoscope for this week. Deadlines are in retrograde, which we all know can bring some intense energy. Our advice, fend off this forecast with Canva. Like Canva whiteboards to counter creative blocks and Canva docs for clarity in communications. If you have any sales deals coming through, results will be in your favor with Canva presentations. Manifesting many wins for you. It's a great week to love your work at canva.com.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Some people follow the rules, I break them. I'm Soraya, and on Rule Breakers, we talk to the rebels who do things their way. Listen to Rule Breakers with Soraya on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
First pitch of the bottom of the third inning from Shawn Nukem is outside to Luis Robert. Red Sox trailing 2-0 in Chicago against the White Sox. Nukem gave up both runs an inning ago. Second pitch is fouled back by Robert. Count to 1-1. Folks, celebrate Patriots Day at Fenway Park on Monday, April 21st. 10 days from now, the first 7,500 fans will receive an exclusive Patriots Day puffy vest presented by Coca-Cola. Pitch inside. Don't miss this special game. Secure your seats now at redsox.com/tickets. 2, 3, and 4 for Chicago against Nukem, who fires and gets a nick-back foul on the ground. Count to 2-2 against former All-Star Luis Robert. Sun setting beyond the big center field scoreboard here at Wright Field on the south side of Chicago. 2-2 is again fouled back by Robert. Crowd's filling in just a little bit. Just a little bit. Lights on yet to take full effect.
What, is that catcher's interference?
Just was. I guess Robert clipped Sable. There was a short conversation, and some of the difficulties behind the plate for Sable continue.
It's the third time now in 15 games the Red Sox have interfered behind the dish.
And so Robert is on. Not what you want. With Shawn Nukem about to throw his 45th pitch. With nobody out in the third inning, it is a strike to Lenyn Sosa.
And of course, Cooper Criswell's gone. Josh Winkowski ostensibly is the long guy, but he's pitched a couple times in the last few days.
The 0-1 is again flown foul off to the right.
Well, I think they're starting to look really comfortable, too, these White Sox hitters. Some timed-up swings against Nukem. These become a couple really important hitters for him.
This is the 3-hitter. This is a right-hand hitter who he struck out back in the first inning. Sosa. Pitch is a slurve just outside, 1-2. You have Robert at first base. White Sox have already stolen one base off Sable in the game. Red Sox trailing 2-0 on the south side. And Sosa calls time.
I mean, this futility with runners in scoring position is getting totally out of control. I mean, they're now 4 for their last 52 with runners in scoring position.
We talked about it in the pregame show. They've had so many opportunities. So pitch is swung on, and did Sable keep it off the dirt? He did. Missed by Sosa. Two strikeouts against him.
I don't think he did. I mean, Quinn Walcott just examined the baseball for dirt, which you'll never see an umpire do that. I thought it hit the dirt as Blake tried to sell it, but no such luck.
Sosa took 10 strides back to his dugout. Walcott's doing forensic evidence.
I mean, I've never seen that before. How does he? Is he sure that there's not other dirt on the baseball?
There's a chalk outline of that baseball behind the plate. Runner goes 1-2, and again a fly ball foul off to the right. I've never seen that in my life.
No, never. I'll tell you what, Coop. This is going to become an enormous problem for the Red Sox with Sable here if it's just a track meet. I mean, we saw it last night. Robert just went again. He had that bag easily stolen were it not for the foul ball and a 2-strike count. You cannot have automatic stolen bases against you in the big leagues.
Man off first still. Robert has great speed. And a 1-2 coming. Robert's going. Pitch upstairs. Throw to second is late. And Luis Roberts steals that base. They've stolen 2 now in 3 innings off of Sable.
And it's a pretty good pitch to throw on, almost like a half pitch out. And against the lefty even, they feel confident going. I think in some ways it's going to be on Nukem to find a really good move to get some of them off of first base.
So Robert in a scoring position. Nobody out. Bottom of the 3rd inning. At a 2-2 to Lenin Sosa is swung on it high in the air down the left field line. And foul,
By the
thankfully.
way, this is how you let bad teams hang in and get some confidence. Catcher's interference, an easy steal. A 9-hole hitter gets a hanger to drive in a couple.
And this is where you put the spotlight on Shawn Nukem to finish the at-bat. And he steps off looking at Robert. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Centers, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, providing first aid at Fenway and supporting Red Sox scholars. Learn more at bidmc.org. Another 2-2 pitch coming from Shawn Nukem. And it's chopped. Third base side, fair ball. Bregman charges, bare hand pickup, throw, in time! Unreal. 3 sharp steps in, soft pickup, strong throw. And a massive first out. Robert gets the 3rd.
You said it. I mean, that's a great play under any circumstances. It's just brilliant. It's an all-or-nothing bare hand grab. But given what the Red Sox are going through, what Nukem is feeling, that's a really big-time play. Got to pay it off.
Red Sox bring the infield in. 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Trailing 2-0. Andrew Vaughn checks a swing on a back foot slurve for ball 1. Andrew Vaughn, who has shown no ability to hit breaking balls early in the season. Their cleanup hitter who struck out a lot this year. With a man on 3rd, 1-0, and that's Nick back foul. Cutter, who shows him a little bit of speed to go 1-1. One issue is among the guys in this lineup, he hits the ball the hardest. And the infield is in. Robert has outstanding speed off 3rd. 1-1 upstairs, 2-1. This with the 4-seam fastball. He just hasn't thrown that for a strike very much.
Then, again, we saw it. Then these right-handed hitters just lock in on the cutter.
2 balls and 1 strike. Now Sable calls time, so they'll meet.
And I mean, I like it because they've not worked a lot together. I'm not sure whether they were just on the different page there on that pitch, but a little uncomfortable the way these two are working together and the way Nukem overall looks on the mound early in this thing.
Folks, remind you, too, that Red Sox baseball is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 48 years and the official truck of the Red Sox. Red Sox trailing the White Sox in Chicago 2-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Man on 3rd, infield in, 1 out. Shawn Nukem versus Andrew Vaughn. 56th pitch of the night is just outside. Missed with the four-seam fastball up and away. Now 3-1 to Vaughn.
I mean, seriously, it's the third inning. There are not a lot of great options for length out of the bullpen.
3-1. Vaughn swings, fouls it back, and now one strike away from getting that second out against a guy who swings and misses a lot. He's shown him curveball, cutter, four-seamer in the at-bat. No slurves yet. 3-1, 3-2 is swung on, bloop to right field. Willier on, he's under it. He makes the catch. Robert tags, throw, holds Luis Robert in place, gets through Sable, and Nukem was there to back it up. Thank goodness. Just bounced through. It was a strong throw from Abreu and just somehow got by Sable. No harm in the end, despite the feeling in your throat. There's two down.
Whew. I mean, it was up the line, but that's one that no matter what, Sable's got to knock down.
Took 3 hops, but Nukem was there. 2 down, man on third. And the first pitch to Michael A. Taylor is a curveball right down the middle for strike one. Casas plays way off the line at first, a step beyond the grass. Remember, Taylor laid down the bunt last inning. Bregman a step in front of the bag at third. Pitch is outside with the change, 1-1. Trying to keep this a 2-0 deficit in the bottom of the third inning. Shawn Nukem. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a fly ball, foul off to the right, and the Red Sox are somehow, some way, 1 strike away. Nukem, who in 3 starts with the Red Sox has been standing on the edge of the cliff, inning after inning. Trying to do it one last time. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, and a man on third. Michael A. Taylor, the batter, left on right. And the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Got him upstairs with the fastball. Chicago puts a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And Shawn Nukem gets a well-earned pat on the back from Blake Sable on his way off. Red Sox still trail 2-0. Story, Abreu, and Campbell in the 4th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution Soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Big box stores are great if you want to stay the same. But be careful not to get boxed in. Northeast Electrical can help you get where you need to go. From great products to unique services and solutions. Click now and experience your upgrade.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof, while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather-appointed seats are available features.
Raising Cane's is celebrating our golden birthday year. Join the party with golden chicken fingers and a limited edition golden blush puppy that benefits local pet organizations. Get yours while supplies last. See RaisingCanes.com for details. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together we have the podcast Office Ladies. Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere. Every Wednesday we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Near you. Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Trevor Story leads off the top of the fourth inning for the Red Sox. Takes pitch one outside from the right-hander Davis Martin. Red Sox trailing 2-0 in Chicago against the White Sox. Right on right to begin. Story swings, ground ball up the middle for a base hit. That short stroke we have come to know and love from Trevor Story. It's a knock to start the fourth. Got a sinker down, took it 106 past the second base bag. Now you wonder not if he's going to go, but when he's going to go for 4 for 4 to start the year. He leads off first for Wilyer Abreu. First pitch, swing and a fly ball down the left field line, hooking foul.
Well, if the Red Sox do what we think they'll do and come back and make this game and pull ahead, just circle and star the play that Alex Bregman made. I mean, that's the reason he's here. That was such a fabulous play in a big spot.
0-1. Wilyer fouls it off of the catcher, Narvaez, who took the brunt of that off his mask.
By the way, I'm with you. I mean, we've seen this from Abreu. Like, these are balanced swings. Now, 0-2, it might not happen, but when he gets locked in, you just see it from afar. It's balanced. He's swinging at the right pitches. Amazing.
Singled at 100 miles an hour off the bat in the second over the second baseman, Mydroth. Story leads off first to start the top of the fourth inning, down 2-0. The 0-2 to Wilyer from Davis Martin is check swing. Did he go? Yeah. Just rolled the wrist in the estimation of Adrian Johnson at third. Wilyer cocked his head. He's shaking his head into oblivion.
I don't agree with that. Let's wait till we see a replay. I thought real time he held up. Very close, like right on that line. But I just think ball players get used to when you hold it at that halfway point, it's not a swing.
And it's kind of, it's an innocent until proven guilty thing. And he didn't look guilty.
Totally.
Now Christian Campbell, he fouls it back. Wicked swing on a high fastball. It's been fun watching Christian kind of learn as he takes his first trip through the big leagues. We see this so many times. He singled in the second inning, got on base against Martin, but so often the second and third at-bats against a guy look better and better. Step off for Martin. He throws over to check on Story, who dives back. Story has stolen all four that he's attempted. Gets a hopping lead off first, the 0-1. And Campbell takes outside with the slider. Count to 1-1 for Christian. One, swinging a ground ball left side and foul. Red Sox line up in the top of the fourth inning. In the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers BMW of Boston, BMW of Sudbury, and BMW of Medford. Right-hander Davis Martin, White Sox in their home whites, the black pinstripes. Sets from the first base side. Looks in and deals. 1-2, swung on and missed. Chase on a high fastball from Campbell. Back-to-back Ks. And they're 2 down in the fourth inning. Fourth inning is brought to you by Cars for Kids, the easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. 2 down, man on, and Blake Sable batting. Tall left-hand hitting catcher. And again, a throw over, and again, Story dives back. 2 outs. Maybe you think about sending him.
Yeah, the problem then, though, is that Sable and Rafaela lead off the next inning. So I think you probably just try to get lucky and bottle one up with Blake here.
Hopping lead, Story goes. Pitch outside, throw to second is way late. Skips off a glove and into center field. Story gets up. He sprints to third. He's gone 180 feet, 5 seconds. Right fielder Baldwin picked it up and had to throw it in. Trevor Story did go.
Which I do love. I mean, who cares about the next inning? I mean, he just puts so much pressure. And by the way, that was a horrendous throw from Omar Narvaez, whose pop times have been in the 2.5, 2.1 range. Why not? See if you can create a little chaos here, put extra pressure on the pitcher.
And the Red Sox have their first run 90 feet away for Blake Sabol. That was a strike there, so the count 0-1, and the pitch is swung on and missed, 0-2 fast from Davis Martin. Sable's seen 3 pitches across 2 at-bats. All of it has been hard. Cutters and four-seam fastballs from Martin. He's down 0-2, and the pitch is bounced in. Stopped Narvaez. Story went halfway down the line and then turns and ran back to third, tail between his legs. Narvaez couldn't find it for a moment. That was shades of Rob Refsnyder yesterday at Fenway.
It's another part of this. That's why you put pressure on him. It's why you get over to third, because maybe in the back of Martin's mind, he's less willing to bury one here.
Especially because the changeup's his out pitch. 1-2 to Sabol. He takes upstairs. Good leave and a high fastball to go 2-2 on one of the hardest pitches of the day at 95.
Trevor Story does so many little baseball things well, and he's just doing everything he can down that third base line to mess with Martin.
He looks like a baseball player covered in dirt from chest to knees as Sabol calls time. Red Sox down 2-0 in the top of the 4th inning. Man on third, 2 down. And a 2-2 to Blake Sabol, who swings and fouls it back. Narvaez couldn't hold on another changeup. Folks, last inning we had the 110th pitch brought to you by 110 Grill, gluten-free dining done right. 110 Grill is proud to be an official partner of the WEEI Red Sox radio network. 2-2 pitch to Sabol. And he swings, pops it up left side, and foul again.
That's a pitch he'd like to have back. I mean, it's a right-on-left slider that is absolutely cement mixing its way into the middle of the zone, and he fouled it off.
Blake Sabol, who was with AAA Worcester about 4 days ago, steps back in. Left-hand hitter from an open stance. 2-2. And he swings it again, fights it off, foul. He's going to see an 8th pitch in the at-bat.
That was more balanced there. It was better from Sabol. You wonder whether Martin, obviously the changeup has been his bread and butter, but if he goes back to something off speed.
Still a man on third. Still 2 outs. 2-2. Blake swings, pokes it foul the other way. It was a changeup. At this point, Sabol has seen just about every pitch except for the curveball, which Martin pretty much never throws. 9th pitch of the at-bat. 2-2 to Sabol. Blake swings and torches it on a line foul. He's early on 93. It's a four-seam fastball in her half. Blake Sabol trying to pay this off as his first Red Sox moment in the 4th inning, down 2-0. Story down the line at third. A 2-2. Sabol swings and misses, chase the changeup to end a long battle. 10 pitches, and the inning is over. Red Sox leave a man on third, Story, and trail 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Canva presents a work love story like no other. Meet Productivity. She's all business.
The Canva doc is done.
Creativity is more of a free thinker.
Whiteboard brainstorm.
They're worlds apart, but sometimes opposites attract. Thanks to Canva.
The data is in the deck.
And now it's an animated graph.
Canva, where productivity meets creativity. Now showing on computer screens everywhere. Love your work at canva.com.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather-appointed seats are available features.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Red Sox put a man in scoring position for the third straight inning, but can't score. They trail 2-0 as we start the bottom of the fourth inning with strike one from Shawn Nukem to right-hand hitting Brooks Baldwin. 2-0 White Sox on a two-run double from Jacob Amaya. Second pitch is called the ball low. 2 balls and no strikes from Nukem. Deep pitch count early, 65th pitch, and it swung on, hit in the air to center field. Should be easy for Seidon, who prances left and back and is under it. Puts it away for the first out of the fourth inning. Oh, there's a fourth inning bell brought to you by Russell Hackman and the team at Hackman Wealth Partner, Boston's premium retirement planning specialist. Request your appointment today. Or would you prefer? Learn more at hackmanwealth.com. 1 out in the fourth. Pitch is swung on. One hopped right side and it ate up Casas and goes in a right. Chase Mydroth has what is probably his first major league hit on a first pitch swing. He's been on twice. Chase Mydroth traded to the White Sox for Garrett Crochet. Spent last year with AAA Worcester. Was on the doorstep of the major leagues, and obviously the White Sox valued him highly enough. Alex Cora said at pregame, that's a major leaguer. That's a really good player. And Chase Mydroth has his first major league hit. With 1 out in the fourth inning, he leads off first, and Omar Narvaez takes down and away. Give you the Subaru of New England scoreboard in just a second. Major League Baseball about an hour underway tonight as Nukem steps off. Guardians about to beat the Kansas City Royals 7-0. They're in the top of the 9th inning. Rays up 5-1 on the struggling Atlanta Braves. Count 1-0 here. Pitch way outside from Shawn Nukem. Yankees down 5-1 in the bottom of the third inning against the Giants. Twins up 1-0 on Detroit in Minnesota in the bottom of the second inning at Target Field. Man off first, Mydroth, who's got decent speed, held on by Casas. And field shifted right side. 2-0 upstairs, 3-0 on Omar Narvaez from Shawn Nukem. Gotta find a way to throw a strike. 8-hitter, left on left. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 3-1 with a sinker. That was the Subaru of New England scoreboard. A little love goes a long way in the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. 3-1. Swing chopper right side. Casas off the bag. Oh, he dropped the ball. Nukem gets there, but no one picks it up in time, and everyone's safe. Casas took a step to his right, tried a backhand pickup to start a double play opportunity. And on the transfer, the ball just squirted out of his hand. Mydroth safe at second. Omar Narvaez safe at first. And 2 on with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth inning. We'll have a mound meeting. Andrew Bailey comes striding out of the first base side dugout to talk with Shawn Nukem. It's 2 balls in the inning. The single by Chase Mydroth, which, to be fair, was hit very hard to the right side that Casas couldn't get in front of. And then a double play ball that, even if it had been a difficult turn, should have been at least 1 out, results in 0. And again, Shawn Nukem has trouble staring right down at him. Fielder's choice and an error against Casas. I got a Blake Sable equipment issue, catcher. Gave you the Yankees score down 5-1. It was the Rivalry Report, sponsored by River Spring Residences, setting a new standard for memory care. New York City. Call 833-79-RIVER or visit riverspringresidences.org/radio to schedule a tour. All right, here you go. 2 on, 1 out. Jacob Amaya for the White Sox, and he takes fastball just outside. All night, Shawn Nukem has put runners on base, and outside of one swing from the guy that's right now in the box, Jacob Amaya, Newcomb's worked out of it. But 2 men on here, 1 out. The pitch. Amaya swings, pops it back foul, and it's 1-1. Mydroth leads off second. Omar Narvaez, slow-footed catcher, leads off of first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Red Sox trailing 2-0 in Chicago. 1-1. That's a strike. Changeup on the outside corner. Probably the best changeup that Newcomb's been able to rip off so far today. He's 1 strike away from a second out. 5 Ks for Shawn Newcomb tonight. 1-2 is a called strike 3. Put a fastball in the outside corner. Amaya knew it. He whirls and walks back to the dugout. And Shawn Newcomb again is 1 out away from slipping out of it. White Sox had runners in scoring position in the second. Amaya doubled to drive in 2. Newcomb then got out of it against Vargas. They had a runner on third in the 3rd inning. Newcomb punched out Michael A. Taylor to get out of it. Here they had 2 on with 1 out. And after a punch out of Amaya, Shawn Newcomb trying to find a way in this bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch, Miguel Vargas takes outside. Men on first and second. This is the first White Sox hitter to see Shawn Newcomb for a 3rd time. Newcomb walked Vargas in the first, got a fly out against him in the second. Pitch in the 4th is inside with the cutter, 2-0. Center fielder Rafaela shades towards the right center field gap. The pitch, swing, line drive down the left field line. It's another hit. And it's another run scored. Mydroth around third as it bangs off the wall. They're waving Narvaez around third. Throw to Story. Relay to the plate is high and wide. Everyone's safe. Vargas to third. 2 more for the White Sox. And it's 4-0 in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, it's just another hanger in the middle of the plate. And you guessed it, a cutter center cut. You know, the White Sox are a struggling team. They took a gamble at third base. That was a play that Trevor Story could have easily made. Just he sailed the throw up the line. They had him with an accurate and strong relay.
Double for Vargas, gets to third on the throw. And Luis Robert takes high and wide. Ball 1. And Tristan Casas has been much improved defensively this year by all accounts. But it is a little bit like last year. 1-0 swing, blooper, shallow center. Rafaela sprinting in, Campbell out. It dunks between them for another hit. Luis Robert RBI single. 5-0 White Sox, and it calls to mind the plays that were not made leading to this.
No question, and it's been a bad few days defensively. I mean, the Red Sox, you want to talk about the cold conditions and all that, that's fine, but the cold had nothing to do with that Casas misplay. He is just totally out of sorts on all levels right now.
So Robert off of first. Red Sox down 5-0. First pitch outside to Lenin Sosa. Red Sox had some movement in their bullpen in right center field. That movement is actually quieted here. Shawn Newcomb, 82nd pitch, and it's low. 2-0 to Lenin Sosa.
That's amazing. I mean, just pinpricks early and then bad pitches for damage. I mean, the 2-run hits have both come on pitches just in the middle of the plate from Newcomb. And unfortunately, in his 3 Red Sox starts, there's been way too much of that.
2-0, runner goes from first, pitches a strike, throw to second, way late. Luis Roberts stolen 2 bases. He's back in scoring position with 2 outs in the 4th.
Well, again, this is going to become a very uncomfortable thing. And we see it in baseball at times. Remember the game the Red Sox stole 9 off the Yankees last year. Matt Lekroy famously, made all the errors, and it was a track meet against him. It gets really uncomfortable when you got a guy behind the plate who will not and cannot throw anyone out.
2-1. Swing and a pop back foul by Sosa. 16 errors on the season for the Red Sox, 2 tonight. That is a major league leading 16 errors. The next most of the Rockies with 12.
Well, and it's now 10 over their last 6 games.
Pitch is swung on, chop foul again.
And the good news is, the White Sox do not have a good bullpen. Martin is on the mound. You get to see him the second and then the third time around the order. This game is long from over, but this thing has shown some of the sort of soft spots for the Red Sox early.
2-2. Swing again, flown right side, base hit, another flare and another run. Robert tears around third, and he scores. Another RBI knock for the White Sox. 4-0 in the inning and 6-0 in the ball game. That was a changeup. Again, it is tumbleweeds in the Red Sox bullpen. This is Newcomb's time to fill. Another right-hand hitter, Andrew Vaughn. He takes strike 1, breaking ball.
Well, here's something that's almost impossible that I think does sort of explain what's happening tonight with Nukem.
The 0-1 upstairs.
He has total 4 swing and miss tonight. That's amazing. Now, 3 of them ended strikeouts, but that is not the way to live in the modern big leagues.
Steps off, throws over.
You just invite contact, you invite trouble.
He's thrown, strike rate wise, league average strikes. 63% of his 88 pitches tonight, but that is not enough when you can't miss bats. 1-1 is inside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Bayo threw 97 in his start. Giolito 2 days ago, 3 1/3 innings. He says he wants to make 1 more and then rejoin this club.
2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2.
I think the Red Sox very much want him to at least go 5 or more innings before he's back here. But this experiment right here might change that calculus.
Man on first, 2 down, 2-2. Is again slice foul in the air down the right field line from Andrew Vaughn.
So now it becomes one of those nights. It's 6-0, still just the 4th inning. I mean, the Red Sox, it's cold. They scored 8 runs in the 4 games against the Blue Jays, but they got to giddy up a little bit offensively here.
Got to get there first. 2-2, 2 down to the 4th pitch. Again, fly ball foul. This is what it's been all night.
And it started from the first hitter of the game.
Miguel Vargas went 10 pitches. Again, Shawn Nukem. Yeah, I was there on whatever that was, Wednesday night for Lucas Giolito's start. Pitches again, chopped foul by Vaughn. And they were hoping he was going to get 4 innings, 65 pitches. He ends up going just above 3. But he looked good. He looked like Lucas Giolito. He had velocity. He had all of the things to make you think that this is not somebody trying to find it. This is somebody who just needs to throw the number of pitches you need to throw. Another 2-strike pitch. Vaughn swings, hits a fly ball right field deep. Back goes Abreu, still back, shuffling back, and he makes the catch with his shoulder in the wall to end, finally, the bottom of the 4th inning. Nukem allows 4. Red Sox trail 6-0 as we go to the 5th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Kiana, and I leveled up my business with Shopify. Once I figured out that Shopify was a thing, I never turned back. I can create a site with my eyes closed. Shopify thinks ahead of us, and it thinks about the customer more than anything. Every day I'm thinking about some other new business, but Shopify is doing it to me because it's so easy to use. It's like I can't stop. I'm addicted.
Start your free trial at Shopify.com.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Some people follow the rules, I break them. I'm Soraya, and on Rule Breakers, we talk to the rebels who do things their way. Listen to Rule Breakers with Soraya on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can put some change in a stranger's parking meter. Don't pick up your phone inside the movie theater. But there's one thing that'll help you the most. It's giving blood while you relax and read the Morning Post. Good karma by the pint. Give blood. Donate blood and then you just might save 3 people's lives and get a season's worth of good vibes.
Visit Rhode Island Blood Center to get your good karma by the pint.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Cedon Rafaela leads it off for the Sox. Need to get it going in the top of the 5th. They trail in Chicago 6-0. Cedon struck out swinging his first time, the 0-1 to the backstop in the dirt. And it is 1-1. This game has been an eyesore thus far. A couple errors. Lots of strikeouts, more futility with runners in scoring position. 1-1. The pitch is high in the air into center field. Luis Robert Jr. drifts a few steps to his right. He's there to make the play. And Cedon is gone. Take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
I think Shawn Nukem is likely done. Winkowski is throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. Top 5, 6-0 White Sox. The pitch to Duran is inside for ball 1. But a real problem defensively behind the plate for the Red Sox. Blake Sabol totally struggling. 1-0 to Duran. Here's the pitch. Jaron takes a strike on the inside corner, and it's 1-1. It'll be Devers next. Ball 1 strike. Here it is. Duran bloops it into shallow center field. Long run in for Robert. He'll slide and make the play. Foot first. Turnabout fair play. Duran's done that so often over the last couple of years. And just another frustrating night at the plate for the Red Sox. 2 down, bases empty, and here comes Devers.
Boy, you're reminded tonight of what Luis Robert was, and to an extent still is. Gets on base, hits the ball hard, steals bases, plays defense. Somebody is going to like trading for him.
Here's Devers, takes a strike on the inside corner. There is no way around it. This is a really rough night for the Red Sox. 6 runs in off of Shawn Nukem, 2 errors. Offense stuck in neutral again. The 0-1 is fouled back. This is a team that had lost 8 in a row, is 2-10. And so far, just not a sharp effort by the Red Sox. And of course, in this game, it always starts and finishes with starting pitching. 0-2. Raffy's ready. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. He got him an elevated fastball, and the Sox go down in order. in the top of the fifth. A frustrating night on the south side. To the bottom of the fifth we go. 6-0 Chicago on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
We're in Baton Rouge at the original Raising Cane's with the man that started it all.
Wait, are you the Yes Chef guy?
Todd started this place 28 years ago with one goal in mind: making the best chicken fingers in the world. We got their famous box combo, chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, Texas toast slaw, and their world famous cane sauce. Could shed a tear right now.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
I'm Jenna Fisher.
And I'm Angela Kinsey.
And together we have the podcast Office Ladies.
Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere.
Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Metal roofs. You're thinking about it, and for good reason. One roof for life. So what's holding you back? With Interlock Metal Roofing, you're getting the last roof you'll ever need. Backed by over 25 years of trusted experience, thousands of homeowners have made the switch. So buy now before prices go up. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Get a free quote. One call, one roof for life. Call 866-733-5811. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Michael A. Taylor against Josh Winkowski, the new Red Sox pitcher. Bottom 5 and a swing and a miss by Taylor. It is 0-1. Taylor, a bunt hit in the second, struck out in the third. Another shaky outing for Shawn Nukem. He's done after 4 innings. Defense did not help him out. The pitch is drilled high in the air to center field. Long run back into his right for Cedon. He can't get it. One hops off the base of the wall. Rafaela tries to barehand the carom. He drops it, and because of that, Taylor is around second and over to third. Interested to see how they score that. As Cedon, who's so good, just as Duran is doing that. I think he just cleanly fields it. No question Taylor holds at second, but loud contact greets Winkowski.
This is the story of the night. Loud contact, hard hit balls, and just, rough defensively in every sense of it. And I haven't seen in the outfield yet. And that's one of the guys that has been so amazing defensively.
There are just too many flashbacks on the defensive side to last year. As a foul ball is to our left and out of play. They do score a hit and an error. So 3 errors on the night for the Red Sox. Wow. No choice but to bring the infield in here. For Baldwin, left-handed hitter. Winkowski throws, and he misses outside with a fastball. So Shawn Nukem now, in 12 2/3 innings, has allowed 20 hits, 7 walks, too much traffic. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at an elevated fastball at 95. And it's 1-2. They are going to ask Winkowski to go deep in this game. 3 appearances for him this season. 1-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss. That was good. Slider in under the bat. And that's a big first out. Winkowski has not allowed an earned run yet. Hit and a walk in 2 2/3.
He's been a 1-2 inning guy at the big leagues, but he has thrown at AAA as many as 59 pitches in an outing, so should be able to give you multiple innings here.
They didn't want that tonight. I think unless the score dramatically changes, Alex Cora would like this to be it. He wants to use 2 pitchers tonight. Here's Chase Mydroth, who got his first big league hit his last time. He's brushed back with a fastball, 1-0. When you got a really scuffling team like the White Sox, it's the worst thing you can do to give them extra chances. Make them believe early in the game. You can hear them in their dugout. They're feeling it. 1-0. The pitch is just inside. Narvaez shaking his head. It's 2-0. These guys, these White Sox players, all year long are only going to have like 40 nights like this. So you know they're going to enjoy themselves and ride the wave. 6-0 in the fifth. 2-0. Pitch is way high and inside. Majdroth does not like that at all, and it's 3-0.
Former teammates, Winkowski and Chase Majdroth. You said, they're only going to field 40 times. They've played 12 games. They've only felt it twice.
Yeah, so they're all up on the railing. They've lost 8 in a row, leading by half a dozen. And they're feeling frisky now. Taylor sprinting down the third baseline. 3-0. Pitch is right there. It is the ultimate cliche, but it's the big leagues. These guys have a lot of pride. And when they have an opportunity to get up off the mat, it's a dangerous thing. 3-1. Infield remains in. Winkowski at the belt. He throws. And Majdroth takes a ball. He's been on base all 3 times tonight. And the White Sox have him at the corners.
Well, and if you look at the composition of their roster, they're young. Their average age is one of the tops in the big leagues in terms of young players. And then they have all these journeymen. Mike Tauchman, who's on the IL, Michael A. Taylor, et cetera, et cetera. And those are the kinds of players that aren't going to win games on a night-to-night basis, but they're certainly not going to lose you games. And the Red Sox have given them a wide open door to not lose.
So here's Omar Narvaez, who scored from first base on a double. He has not done that many times in his career. Another chance here, first and third with only 1 out. Winkowski's ready. He throws, and a swing and a miss. Very late on a fastball, and it's 0-1. A couple years ago, Winkowski emerged as a huge weapon out of the Red Sox bullpen. They tried him in a starting role, back and forth between the big leagues and AAA a season ago. 0-1. Runner bluffs, does not go. Pitch up and away, and it's 1-1. I think the White Sox are going to keep the pedal to the metal here. It's only the 5th inning. I expect Majdroth to be in run mode here. Why not? Held by Casas at first. Dancing around. 1-1. He's not going the pitch. High and deep into right field. Abreu back in front of the warning track is there to make the play. Taylor tags at third. The throw goes to second. It's a sac fly. And the White Sox lead it 7-0. There have been some frustrating nights this season. Texas, the Red Sox just couldn't seem to muster the big hit. The runners in scoring position. I don't think there's been any night thus far this year that has featured as much to be discouraged about in one single game as this one. 7-0 Chicago. 2 outs, a runner at first. Majdroth, bigger lead now, not going the pitch. Is a foul ball off the bat of Jacob Amaya. And really, his swing, more than any other, triggered everything for the White Sox. I mean, Nukem had gotten to 2 outs. There a couple in scoring position. He ripped a double down the left field line. The code word of the game is White Sox, all one word. White Sox entered in the member portal today. 0-1 the pitch. Down and in. And Nukem induced so many double play balls in his first 2 starts, which he gets credit for, but sort of masked this looming trouble that constantly pitching in trouble. 1-1, 7 runs in for the White Sox. Winkowski trying to find a way to get the offense back going in the 6th. For now, the 1-1 swing and a miss. Amaya almost went down to a knee on a changeup, and it's 1-2.
Oh, it's the movie from last year, too, where if you don't make plays defensively, not only do they score runs, even if they don't, your pitcher throws that many more pitches. It becomes that much harder second, third trip through to put guys away because now they've seen everything.
Majdroth runs. The 1-2's fouled back because it was a 2-strike count. Amaya couldn't take it. Fan made an excellent play on the club level. These people are feeling it tonight on the south side. Here's the other thing. I mean, this is the first game of a 3-game series, a 6-game road trip. Sox playing 15 games in 15 days. They cannot afford to be careless with the bullpen here. So short starts hurt you even more. 1-2. Play him to pull on the infield. The pitch is in the dirt. Spiked to change up badly, and it's 2-2.
And you think about what already in the 5th inning of Friday night, you think about what is on Richard Fitz on Saturday afternoon. He will. There's no option but for him to give them length tomorrow.
Well, and this is another one where you have to sort of start looking at the 40-man roster and who's available down at AAA. 2-2. The pitch is a little bit high and outside because, they traded away Quinn Priester. Fulmer has kind of been in and out of a starting role, but you need to create a roster spot there as well.
Hunter Dobbins is scheduled to pitch tomorrow.
Well, then I think he might be getting a conversation with Chad Tracy right now because I think looks like they're going to need some help. Ground ball on the left side. Story's got it. He'll throw to first in time, and the inning is over. 7-0 White Sox after 5 on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Hey there, I'm Kendra Adachi, and my show, The Lazy Genius Podcast, helps you be a genius about the things that matter and lazy about the things that don't, and you get to decide what matters. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to give you a new way to see. Episodes of the Lazy Genius Podcast are full of compassionate time management tips and permission slips to do what makes sense for you. New episodes drop every Monday. Follow and listen to the Lazy Genius Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Pregame, you're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Alex Bregman leads it off in the top of the 6th inning. Red Sox trailing the White Sox 7-0 in Chicago. Their starter Davis Martin's on for another inning. He deals a slider outside, ball 1 to Bregman. The Alex, then Tristan Casas and Trevor Story in the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers, Land Rover Boston, and Land Rover Sudbury. Pitch is low, 2-0 to Bregman against Davis Martin, who it's not necessarily the story of the night because the Red Sox have made so many errors, 3 of them in the game. And Shawn Nukem just really struggled. Pitch down the middle of strike 2-1. But Davis Martin for the White Sox has been really good. 5 scoreless innings, scattered 4 hits, 1 walk, and he struck out 6 Red Sox hitters. 2-1, and Bregman takes a strike to go 2-2. Alex is the only guy in the Red Sox lineup that Martin hasn't retired yet. He hit him back in the 1st inning, and then Bregman doubled in the 3rd. He takes a 2-2 changeup down and away. And even if, you're not going to come all the way back tonight, down 7-0 in the 6th inning, as a 3-2 is swung on, hit high in the air, left field and deep, towards the wall. Taylor on the track puts it away. And Alex Bregman on a cold Chicago night comes up 2 feet short. That kind of night. Even if you don't necessarily come back, you want to put a dent in the White Sox bullpen. That's been middle of the pack to bad early in the season. But right now they have Davis Martin with 74 pitches with 1 out in the 6th inning. And you'd really like to see it from this guy, Tristan Casas. He bats with nobody on and 1 out. He takes right down the middle for strike 1. Tristan, when he's been at his best, especially 2 years ago, in spurts when healthy last year, the at-bats and the plate appearances have been long. 0-1. And he swings and misses those kinds of pitches. That's a changeup that finished off beneath the zone. Not that it's easy to lay off of, but when he's right, those are the pitches that he's not swinging at. But tonight, Davis Martin, who had a really good first outing, not so good second outing, is putting together a strong one here in his third. And he's ahead 0-2 on Casas. Pitch, check swing, called outside. Check on third, and Adrian Johnson said Tristan didn't go. One ball, two strikes, pitch, swing, and a pop-up high and foul off to the left. Drains by James is Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain cleaning and pipe lining at drainsbyjames.com. At Drains by James, they give a poop about your pipes. One out in the sixth, 1-2. Casas fouls it back. Red Sox have 4 hits in the game. Alex Bregman has the only extra base hit. Hard hit balls from Willie Abreu. Single in the second inning. That's the traffic tonight. They put 2 on with 1 out in the second inning, but Blake Sable grounded into a double play. 1-2. Pop up right in front of the plate. Davis Martin, the pitcher, is called off by the first baseman. Sosa comes down the line and makes the catch for the second out. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of WEEI and the Boston Red Sox. Trevor Story's turn now. First pitch, he takes on the outside corner with a curveball from Davis Martin, who, with a 7-run wind at his back, has just stepped up and thrown strikes. The 0-1. Swinging a foul ball off the front foot of Story. And it's 0-2. Story was the last Red Sox hitter to get on base. Since then, Davis Martin has retired 8 Red Sox in a row. Chicago scored 2 in the second, 4 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, to a 7-0 total. Right-hander Davis Martin against Trevor Story, who singled back in that 4th inning. First baseman Sosa still way off the line. Second baseman Mydroth almost behind second. The 0-2 is swung on, chopped right side. Martin off the mound, watches it go by. Mydroth picks it up, throws to first, and ends the inning. Red Sox have been retired 9 in a row. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Red Sox down 7-0 in Chicago on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
From the rich American history of Philadelphia to the rocky shores of Maine, the Northeast offers so many unforgettable places to see, like the famous boardwalks of Atlantic City or the stunning White Mountains of New Hampshire. Take a culinary tour of New York City or lose yourself in the Gilded Age mansions of Newport. Whatever adventure awaits you on your Northeast trip, Choice Hotels offers affordable accommodations with all the amenities you need. Check into more natural beauty, more fine restaurants, more history. Check into more at Choice Hotels.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Josh Winkowski out there for the bottom of the sixth inning, his second inning of work. He deals strike one on a cutter to Miguel Vargas. Red Sox down 7-0 tonight in Chicago against the White Sox. Winkowski out of the Red Sox bullpen in relief of Shawn Nukem. Pitch inside. That bullpen report is brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. The Red Sox are staring at Josh Winkowski and asking him to really get them the rest of the way here. Probably be the bridge to the bus ride home. As a chopper is grounded left side. Shortstop on. Story gloves. Throws on the run nicely in time to get Vargas to begin the sixth inning.
Yeah, I mean, it gets interesting because you talked about Dobbins being slated to start. The Red Sox want to leave him alone as a starter because he's proven he can do that at the big league level. But it's a roster crunch now. You option Criswell down because he had to wear it in those late innings. 15 games in 15 days. It's tight right now.
One out for Luis Robert. He swings, grounds it. On the left side, backhand stop. Story throws to first in time. On a night that has been difficult defensively, Trevor Story makes what is hard look casual, ranged into the hole, and retires a very fast Luis Robert for the second out of the sixth.
Well, that was fantastic. I know Luis Guerrero gave up a big homer in the doubleheader recently in Worcester, but I mean, maybe he's fresh enough to come up. He's pitched in the big leagues.
Yeah, pitched 2 nights ago now. I don't know if he pitched tonight. Fastball is upstairs for ball one.
I'll look at the box score, but let me just say this. If he hasn't yet pitched tonight, he's not going to. That's the kind of thing that starts to happen right now.
2 outs, nobody out in the sixth. Pitch from Winkowski is on the outside corner for a strike. And just being around that and talking to a lot of different people around the Red Sox organization on the pitching side, and this is not just lip service, they feel like that at AAA there are genuine bullpen options.
There are.
1-1 is swung on, grounded, right at Story again. He should get 3 putouts in the inning. He throws to first and does to end the bottom of the sixth. Red Sox coming to bat in the seventh, down 7-0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Do you know what really went down the night John Belushi died? Or about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's snatch and grab gang and The Rock's nearly 10 arrests? These stories and more are told in the new podcast, Hollywoodland, where true crime and Tinseltown collide. Hollywoodland is hosted by me, Jake Brennan, creator of the award-winning music and true crime podcast, Disgraceland. Follow and listen to Hollywoodland wherever you get your podcasts.
We're in Raising Cane's with the man that started it all.
Wait, are you the Yes Chef guy?
We got chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, Texas toast, and their world famous cane sauce. We'll shed a tear right now.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price? Get to Town Fair Tire. Michelin's innovative technologies are designed for durability and performance over any of the toughest road conditions, so you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires. And Town Fair's been a name you can trust since 1967. Now with over 120 locations and still growing, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Arbella Insurance has been serving the New England community for over 35 years. Being your neighbor helps Arbella provide you the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for New England, here for good.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Wilyer Abreu leads off in the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers Bentley Boston, Lamborghini Boston, and Rolls-Royce Motor Cars of New England.
There's a full moon out for your big league debut. I like that,
Very
Coop.
nice.
And maybe it'd be one of those weird nights.
Sure.
An epic comeback. It needs to start right here.
Black Cats running across the outfield. Willier swings and misses the count to 1-1. 7-0 Red Sox trail.
If weird stuff's going to happen anywhere, it's in this ballpark and in this city. That's for sure.
I'm all in for the Twilight Zone right here, right now. 1-1 to Willier, who swings and taps it foul third base side.
Red Sox stats just put out a number we've been talking about. Red Sox starting pitchers this year ranked 27th in the ability to miss bats so far. Modern game, that will not do it.
No. Well, it was the issue with the Red Sox bullpen last year, right? I mean, you watch playoffs. What did all those teams do? They miss bats. I think it's better bullpen-wise this year. 1-2 foul back, but outside of Garrett Crochet at the top of the rotation, who could throw pretty much anything at any moment and get a swing and miss, it's just not been there. And that's been well documented with Tanner Houck and Richard Fitz, but it's been everywhere. 1-2. Willier swings, lines it hard down the right field line for a hit. Bound for the corner. Abreu hits first, and he chugs in a second with another resounding double. 110 off the bat to lead off the seventh.
Well, that's a really encouraging sign. I mean, they need him to get hot because he's shown that he can carry an offense. That's his fourth double, an absolute missile. And that's the other side of this coup. It is not just the pitching. The offense is stuck in neutral for 6 days. They need to start putting rallies together.
I think what's been hard here is, and I'm not saying that the difference is Connor Wong being in this lineup, but you look at 8 and 9 right now as this is Bloop, center field, base hit, Christian Campbell, Willier Abreu to third. Good hold there. 7-0 game.
We're just going to keep doing that.
Oh, boy.
No, you're right. It is an important point. The bottom of the order needs to find a way to contribute.
And nobody out. 7th inning. Welcome to the bottom of the order against Davis Martin. Blake Sable, 8. Cedon Rafaela, 9. And it's like if you want to sit here and dream of Twilight Zone, these two guys have to do something to turn it back over to Jarren Duran.
Well, and no disrespect to the Martin family, but this is Davis Martin, and the White Sox did not invest in their bullpen. It's a total soft spot as Narvaez is going to go out probably to buy some time. They got a lefty warming in their bullpen. We've seen this movie before. That's for Duran and Devers. And by the way, that lefty is Cam Boozer.
Friend Cam Boozer. Big time beard on Cam, by the way.
Good job by Jay Braverman back at EEI. I'm in for some sci-fi tonight. The Red Sox have just been so flat offensively. And in a lot of ways, if you're dreaming of a big-time comeback, it's got to start with Sable. Here comes Will Venable. To me, I mean, I love Will Venable. It's within the rules of the game. That should be banned. You can't have the catcher come out for 30 seconds and then have the manager come out. That is, for a sport that has done so much to reduce delays and time spent on the mound with nothing happening. Again, everybody can do it, but I don't think that rule should be allowed going forward.
From your lips to Manfred's ears. Give us a second to tell you. Spring's here, ham it up with Spiral Sliced Ham at Shaw's in Star Market, just in time for your Easter feast. Spiral Sliced Ham bone-in is now just 99 cents a pound. Limit 2 while supplies last. Shaw's in Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox radio network.
I mean, it's 7-0, so I think that Sable will probably hit. You do have the right-hander Carlos Narvaez available. You got a day game tomorrow, though. I think Alex usually likes to give the catchers the full day off. And again, it's a 7-run game. We'll see what he does here.
We'll step aside. Red Sox with 2 on, nobody out in the 7th. On the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
This call to the bullpen gives you a chance to check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on the award-winning Ford SUV lineup that you won't see advertised anyplace else. Whether you plan to buy from your Ford dealer's inventory or custom order your new SUV, visit buyfordnow.com and see how much you can save. And then see your New England Ford dealers for your new SUV.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together, and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Cam Booser out of the White Sox bullpen. Left-hander facing Blake Sable with runners on the corners and nobody out in the top of the 7th inning. Red Sox down 7-0, but we'll fire for the first time tonight. Left on left, Alex Cora lets Blake Sable hit here. And the first pitch is swung on, popped up foul behind the plate towards Will Fleming, but short.
Boozer's let the beard go out. It was so fun to watch him last year. What an incredible story, as well documented in the Netflix series. I think it's the score that dictates not going to somebody like Refsnyder or Romy here. If it's 3-4-0, I think you can guarantee they'd be hitting in this spot.
0-1 is Sable. He takes upstairs, 1-1.
Because you want to protect your catchers, and in order for this to become a real game again, it's multiple waves of rallies. And I think you could make the case, and I'm sure Alex Cora is thinking this, save those bullets for a much later, bigger spot.
Cam Booser looks at first and deals, and Sable takes a strike. Cam Booser, who recorded his first major league save in a Red Sox uniform against the White Sox in this ballpark, now pitching in a White Sox uniform against the Red Sox.
Never forget it.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Cam Booser delivers, and it's swung on, hit in the air, center field. Robert chasing towards the wall. He makes the catch. Abreu tags from third. He trots home, and the Red Sox have a run on a Blake Sable sac fly. It's 7-1 in the 7th.
Well, he was so beloved, was Boozer. An incredible story, in and out of baseball. So many injuries, broke his back, and just basically gave up the dream, started throwing again. It was like the real-life Rookie movie in the flesh.
1 out, man on first, say Don batting. So left versus right here. And the pitch to Rafael hits him. Cutter that got away from Booser, who stares daggers into the ground. And the Red Sox have 2 men on with 1 out in the 7th. And Alex Cora and the training staff going to go check on Cedon, who doesn't look interested in the conversation.
That does not look pleasant. I think it hit him sort of like around the kneecap there. Impossible for him to get out of the way. And ouch, right above the right knee.
Flexing it as he walks up the first base line.
Here we go, Coop. I mean, these are the moments where, look, they're still trailing by 6, but you got a rally going, big hitters coming. You need a crooked number in this inning.
If you're dreaming of the yellow brick road, this is how it would start. Red Sox down 7-1 in the 7th inning. Folks, just imagine you're sitting in the stands, and in your hands is your first ice-cold Harpoon IPA of the game. Not at the game? Find a local retailer at harpoon.com. Harpoon, first R forever. 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
It sounds pretty good right now.
Sure. Maybe 6 runs from now. Down 7-1 in the 7th. Jarren Duran batting left against Booser. And takes a fastball outside from his former teammate for ball 1.
Well, their bullpen is quiet. They're riding with Cam. Wouldn't you love to get Bregman up in a huge spot here?
Duran in the box with 1 out. Raffy on deck. And then Alex Bregman. 1-0 swing chopper right side of the first baseman. Sosa spins to second. 1, no throwback to first. No chance to turn 2 on Duran. But they get the runner at second. Cedon is retired. So runner on third base now for the Red Sox with 2 down in the 7th.
Now here becomes a very interesting moment, because you know that Ramon Vasquez and Kyle Hudson watched Cam Boozer pitch more than anybody, and if they might have something on him. If they do, I think you'd be pretty inclined to think about getting Jarren into scoring position. Now, with 2 outs, Raffy could launch one, and all of a sudden, you got a real ball game.
On the corners, 2 down to Raffy. Cam Boozer deals. And strike 1 on the outside corner. Boozer held at his belt. He set early in the pitch clock, stared at Duran for an extra few beats. Campbell at third, Duran on first, the 0-1. Outside, way outside, 1-1 to Raffy.
Well, this is the first real spot where you get protection from Bregman behind Devers. He is hot and able to maybe cash it in if Boozer feels like in a 6-run game he's got to give in.
2 on, 7th inning. And a 1-1 to Raffy from Boozer. And Raffy swings and misses. He took a Chicago-sized swing. And it's 1-2.
Well, how about 96 coming right at you?
And this is the Cam Booster that, unfortunately, right now, the Red Sox created in their pitching lab. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch to Raffy. And he swings and fights it all foul off to the left on another 96-mile-an-hour fastball at the bottom of the zone.
I mean, Cam right now looks like he just spent 4 months on a lobster boat. The beard is epically great.
He just emerged from the sea. Sets from an offset stance and deals. Way outside. Great stop by Narvaez. That was a sweeper that actually just started out and stayed out. Narvaez just put out his left arm and knocked it down.
Boozer sat in the bullpen long enough and watched Devers take swings like he did on that foul ball to know that it's time to get a little spooked. See what he comes with here.
Miss with the sweeper. Put 1 fastball by him. Devers fouled the next one off. And now a 2-2 pitch, and Boozer steps off. And I'd take more time to think, too.
So now that's 2 disengagements. I mean, again, in a 2-strike count, probably leave Raffy alone.
2-2. Raffy fouls it back. He was all over that fastball and just nicked it back at 97.
Takes the helmet off, looks to the heavens. He knows that was the one.
Seen it in the at-bat. What did Alex Cora say to you yesterday? The best part about Raffy's game right now, he's not chasing. Booster just shook off twice. Whatever he's about to throw, he wanted to throw on a 2-2 pitch. That's way upstairs. He wanted 97 on a 4-seam fastball, and he goes 3-2 on Devers.
Well, now Narvaez kind of telling the infielders back up behind the base runners. Jaron's going to get a running start here, especially with a left-handed hitter. Almost anything into the outfield, he's going to score from first.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. The pitch. Devers takes outside. Ball 4. He left a sweeper off the table, and the bases are loaded for Alex Bregman.
Well, there you go. I mean, and that is the evolution of Devers. He is so much more patient now and does not expand. Here we go. Chance to make it a game.
A man who has built a career on moments like this. Steps up, down 6, bases loaded in the 7th in Chicago. Left-hander Cam Booster. And Bregman takes strike 1. 4-seam fastball on the inner edge. That's a perfect pitch. Top quadrant of the zone from Cam Booster. Former Red Sox, Cam Booster to Alex Bregman. The 0-1. Bregman swings, chops it foul. He's down 0-2 fast. Another 4-seam fastball. And these are the moments in Houston and over the first 14 games of this season where Alex Bregman has remained upright and found a way. Campbell on third, Duran on second, Raffy off first, 2 down in the 7th. 0-2 to Alex Bregman from Cam Booser. Bregman takes off of Narvaez and rolls up the third base line, but not very far.
Well, and the thing Bregman told me the other day in these 0-2 counts that he's so good at battling out of, he mostly focuses on do not chase the pitch beneath the zone. Red Sox are 5 for their last 54 with runners in scoring position.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Booster sets, takes a big bearded breath, and deals, and Bregman takes inside. Little cutter there. It's the first cutter that Booster's thrown in 3 batters. Bregman kind of checked. Hip went forward a little bit. Bat went forward a little bit. He gets 2-2. About to see a 5th pitch from Booster. Bases loaded, and a 2-2. Chop back foul. Got a fastball, just touched it enough, and still alive.
Love it. Country hardball. I mean, he's so good as Bregman at battling in these at-bats. That was 96 center cut. I mean, that shows you there's some weight to that Boozer fastball.
Full moon shining overhead with the bases loaded and 2 down in the 7th. And Booster steps off. Red Sox trailed 7-0 in this game. This is really the first time they've entered the ring in the night. 2-2 pitch to Alex Bregman. And he takes, and Narvaez knocks down another sweeper that bounced in 59 feet. And it's 3-2 with the bases loaded.
So now we know what's coming. You never know, but this is going to be country hardball, challenge fastball. It's a 6-run lead, and it's best on best. Can Bregman find a fastball to drive?
Bases loaded, 2 down again. Alex Bregman on a 3-2 pitch from Cam Booser. Here it comes. Bregman swings, grounds it on the left side. Backhand pickup. Vargas, third baseman, throws to first in time to end the inning. Red Sox take Cam Booser to the edge in the 7th and get just the 1 run on the sac fly by Blake Sable. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Sox down 7-1 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Big box stores are great if you want to stay the same. But be careful not to get boxed in. Northeast Electrical can help you get where you need to go. From great products to unique services and solutions. Click now and experience your upgrade.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
From the rich American history of Philadelphia to the rocky shores of Maine, the Northeast offers so many unforgettable places to see, like the famous boardwalks of Atlantic City or the stunning White Mountains of New Hampshire. Take a culinary tour of New York City or lose yourself in the Gilded Age mansions of Newport. Whatever adventure awaits you on your Northeast trip, Choice Hotels offers affordable accommodations with all the amenities you need. Check into more natural beauty, more fine restaurants, more history. Check into more at Choice Hotels.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bottom 7, first pitch from Josh Winkowski is a fastball upstairs to Andrew Vaughn. Red Sox trailing 7-1 in Chicago. Josh Winkowski's 3rd inning. Red Sox probably hope that he can take them the distance as Vaughn swings, clocks it in the air, left field and deep. Duran tracking at the wall, and he makes the play on a night where felt like no ball could get out of here. It's so cold. Vaughn tested the limits, but there is one away.
Yep, in July that's out of here, but he did sky it a little bit. How about Roman Anthony today at AAA? 2 doubles. 108-mile-an-hour single. Talking to people around the club. Apparently, even if the back of the baseball card number is not great lately, he is hitting missiles everywhere.
Michael A. Taylor swings, grounds it left side. Story has it go off his glove. He was ranging in the hole as it bounces into left. He was going to have to make another Herculean effort kind of play. And Michael Taylor is on what will definitely be a single. No, I'll say this just firsthand. So he's hitting 170, whatever it is, coming in. He's walked double-digit times. He has one of the highest walk rates in the league. His average exit velocity is 99 miles an hour.
Well, there you go. I mean, and that was the stuff that got him to Double-A last year, even if the batting average wasn't exactly where they wanted it.
Man on for Brooks Baldwin, who swings, grounds it off of Winkowski, knocked it down. Karam's near side. He throws it to first. Casas can't pick it, and Taylor goes first to third. Winkowski lost his glove on a ball that hit him. He picked it up on the grass, just kind of one-handed it towards Casas on a short hop. I don't know if they would have gotten Baldwin, but slipping and sliding has been the night, and their men on the corners is now Alex Cora comes out of the dugout.
Well, in some ways, the most important thing is that Winkowski's okay. I mean, he got smoked by that ball on the leg. They're going to go out with David Herrera to check on him. They need him to get the last 5 outs of this game unless they have a miraculous comeback. He looks okay. He told him, no problem, I'll hang in here. That's one, it's an impossible play once it caroms off his legs. It speeds up on him. He's trying to underhand it and make a hero play. Probably would have been safe anyway, but it's the way it's gone.
Folks, the Arbel Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund for every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher during the season. The Arbel Insurance Foundation will donate $50 to the Jimmy Fund here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. That's been a special night for the man coming to the plate for the White Sox, Chase Mydroth. Traded for Garrett Crochet. Started the year in AAA in Charlotte. Got a call yesterday, and today makes his major league debut. He has 3 plate appearances, and he's been on all 3 times. He scored 2 runs tonight. First pitch inside, runner goes. Sable doesn't even make a throw. He pump fake to second. Brooks Baldwin steals another base for the White Sox.
Well, I've heard Chase Mydroth say that his favorite stat is runs scored. Well, in his big league debut, on base 3 times, scored 2 runs. Cool moment for that kid. His family's here.
Clubhouse favorite in Worcester last year. He's got a huge section on the third base side he takes up and away.
Really cool. I was talking to Paul Taboni, who was instrumental in drafting him and now the assistant general manager with the Red Sox. They're so proud of the player that he's become.
2-0 is inside 3-0.
And it's one of these sort of secondary success stories of player development, Coop, where, a guy who was really not that highly touted, people sort of wrote him off, and now he's a big part of a trade for somebody like Crochet.
I am, just as a genuine baseball fan and a fan of his, having been around him as a human being, I'm so fascinated to watch him be a Major League Baseball player for an extended period of time. Red Sox have the infield in, by the way, 1 out, 3-0. And Mydroth takes down the middle for a strike, 3-1.
He's had a lot of 3-ball counts. He's one of these guys, too, that's so easy to root for. I know you saw the video of his manager at AAA calling him in, and the manager was crying, saying, "You're an incredible person. This is one of my favorite moments."
Chase Mydroth takes outside ball for a man who walked more often than anyone in the International League at AAA last year, has walked 3 times in his Major League debut.
Well, I'll say this. Happy for the kid. It's been impressive. He's looked good. He's had 2 easy walks tonight. I mean, there's not been close pitches to him.
Bases loaded now in this 7th inning. Josh Winkowski to bear all of this against Omar Narvaez. Red Sox trailing 7-1 in Chicago. 1 out. Winkowski to the left-hand hitting Narvaez, who swings and fouls it off of Blake Sable.
They're going to score an error on Winkowski, allowing Taylor to go to third. So it's a 4-error game for the Red Sox.
Major League leading 17th error for the Red Sox. No balls in 1 strike. Winkowski deals, and Narvaez checks the swing. Did not. He rolled over on it. Went around 0-2. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan Postgame show. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com today. So weird, I haven't said goosebumps on your goosebumps in a while. Bases loaded, infield back, looking for 2 against the slower catcher. 0-2 foul back at us, just below.
This is why you got to keep your eyes on the field. I almost got seams to the bridge of my nose.
I just bit my tongue so hard. They're falling asleep in a 6-run game. Omar Narvaez is coming for you. Another 0-2 pitch. That's down and in 1-2. Give you the Subaru of New England scoreboard again. The Yankees are losing 8-1 against the Giants. They're in the top of the 6th inning in New York.
Looking at Alex Cora in the Red Sox dugout, I can just tell you, these are the games he hates. The sloppy defense, impatience at the plate.
1-2. Down and in 2-2.
I mean, that top of the 7th inning was the first time in a long while that the offense has grinded and looked like itself. And just impatience, swinging at strikes, at balls out of the zone, rather.
2-2. Swing, blooper, left center field, another hit. Omar Narvaez just drove in 2. And the White Sox take an 8-1 lead here in the 7th. Omar Narvaez, who was in Double-A 48 hours ago, has 3 RBIs. Reached out and poked a changeup in a left field. Now 9-1 White Sox.
I do hope the White Sox people, their players, their clubhouse folks, are aware enough to get something cooking right now for Will Venable, their manager, to win this game in all likelihood against the team that gave him his first big chance. Pretty cool.
Runners on first and second, 1 out for Jacob Amaya. He takes fastball in the outside corner for a strike. There's some movement in the Red Sox bullpen. Right center, Josh Winkowski's thrown 44 pitches. Again, his season high at AAA was 59. 0-1. Swinging a fly ball high in the air, center field. Cedon tracking. He's under it. And in straightaway center, he puts it away for the second out of the 7th.
Alex Cora is so good at keeping a steady hand on the rudder. I mean, he knows this is the 15th game of the season. They're not going to be any rash decisions made. But you do start to think about a little bit anyway. Because Alex does this 20, 30 days into a season usually. Does he think about a little tweak of the lineup starting tomorrow? You got guys like Abreu and Campbell who are so hot. And is that something that'd be in consideration? I would bet against it, but I also, Alex, he's not afraid to jumpstart an offense.
2 on, 2 out. Red Sox down 9-1 here in the 7th. Miguel Vargas swings and misses. By the way, the Subaru of New England scoreboard. You just heard it a moment ago. Little love goes a long way in the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And actually, Martin Perez is starting tomorrow. So Rob Refsnyder is going to clean up for the Sox as a right-handed hitter.
The 0-1. Swing and a fly ball high and foul off to the right. And I think even beyond the lineup part of it, the real big positive is you have something that was not obvious in April last year, which is no matter what happens for the rest of tonight, whatever happens tomorrow, Garrett Crochet pitches on Sunday. And you don't want to be 7-9 when he takes the mound, but
no, you do not.
That's completely different than last April. Pitch upstairs 1-2.
It is, but it's important to the Red Sox put him in a position to win this series, not to salvage the finale of it. Romy Gonzalez is going to play first base. You can book that tomorrow against the lefty Perez. You get Refsnyder in there, so it'll be a little different looking lineup.
Vargas batting with 2 outs. Winkowski a strike away. And the 1-2 is swung on, grounded left side, bounce towards Bregman, who gloves, steps on the bag, and ends the 7th inning. 2 more for the White Sox. Red Sox trail 9-1 as we hit the 8th. On the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
You didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like the just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky-high sales stacking, champion at checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
I'm Rhett. And I'm Link. And we're the hosts of the podcast Ear Biscuits. We're just two lifelong friends who've been talking about life for a long time.
From being dads to businessmen to all the random things we experience, nothing is off limits.
And now we're talking to you. We're answering your questions, giving advice that you may or may not want to take, and listening to your hilarious stories.
So leave us a voicemail to be part of the show at
1-888-EARPOD-1 on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Tristan Casas. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
White Sox go to their bullpen. Penn Murphy is on to face Tristan Casas as we go into the eighth inning. It is 9-1 Chicago, looking for their third win. Alex Cora came out with his lineup card. You wonder what's brewing there. Casas, Story, and Abreu due to hit. And the umpire's pointing all over the place. They got a new pitcher and I believe a new right fielder for the Chicago White Sox. If his gesticulations are any indication, we shall see. Here is Casas. Pitch to him is way inside, ball one.
Josh Palacios is now in right. Brooks Baldwin has taken over at second. Chase Mydroth gets, a heroic end to his major league debut.
Yeah, he starts drinking early. 1-0 to Casas. What a great debut for him. They will celebrate him for sure. The pitch is swung on and missed. Casas needs a good at-bat, period. He's not going to play tomorrow, at least as a starter. And he is just so out of sorts at the plate. This is a guy who's got such a track record of being a high-level hitter and slugger, but he is absolutely in between right now. And when you're the cleanup hitter, that causes an offense a lot of problems. 1-1 to Tristan. 9-1 White Sox in the eighth inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul on the first base side.
Oh, it's a small sample size, except for the fact that the sample size gets bigger every single day. And, and he has historically been a slow starter. When you think about him off of injury, he's really struggled. He is somebody who is very much, knowing him, a game flow kind of guy.
Yeah, when he gets hot, it's crazy. The 1-2 is inside, almost hit him. This guy, Penn Murphy, has yanked a couple inside. And it is 2-2. The thing you think about with Casas, though, one of the great hitters 2 years ago down the stretch, carried the offense, but then the abdominal injury. You're right, he is a momentum player. It needs something to happen to get him going again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leading off the top of the eighth, it is 9-1 White Sox. Herb Chambers' batting order in this inning is brought to you by Herb Chambers' Maserati of Boston, Millbury, and Warwick. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Swing and a foul. Alex Cora said he's just in between. He's having a hard time deciding when to swing, when not to. He's seen so many 3-2 pitches, called strikes on the outer half. And again, it's so early in the season. We're not talking about a lot of at-bats, but defensive miscue tonight. 2-2. drilled high and deep down the right field line toward the corner, and that is down off the track and off the base of the wall. He'll round first and head into second. That has to feel so good for Casas. It's a leadoff double in the 8th.
Yeah, it's an hallelujah. Bat head on it. That's also a Triston Casas swing, and you know, he's gone the other way a lot, and I understand the approach because the mental side of that is really good, but that's a cutter underneath the knees, 2 inches inside, that he puts the bat head on and slugs down the right field line.
In some ways, I think Penn Murphy just did him a favor. He's not handled anything with velocity at the top of the zone. Here's Trevor's story, but a good building block for Triston Casas. Here's the pitch, and it's a strike. Story 0-1.
The other part of the Casas thing is he's not walking right now. For him, you know, you watch him over many years, minor leagues into the major leagues, it all starts with the zone. He's walking half as much as he did last year.
It's a great point. 0-1, and I'm sure that's in his head. The pitch is another strike. These things are intertwined, Coop, with Triston Casas, because it is in his hitter's DNA to want to walk. And indeed, 3-2, sometimes he's told me he has a hard time pulling the trigger, which is such an unorthodox approach for the best hitters in the game. Only Joey Votto in the last 40 years has had that mindset. 3-2. 9-1 White Sox in the 8th inning. Story waits. Penn Murphy throws, and Trevor can't stop his swing. He is gone on a sweeper down and away. And that is the first out. We take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
1 on, 1 out. Here's Willier, who's looked much more comfortable at the plate. Murphy throws. Feels like a great matchup for him, and a strike right there. A fastball in the outside corner, and it's 0-1. In these games that are blowouts late, you do want to find things to build on the next day. You got Richard Fitz tomorrow. Crochet, the security blanket on Sunday. 0-1, the pitch. Willier drives one high and deep down the left field line, slicing toward the pole, and it is just foul. But that was an impressive balanced swing, and it's 0-2.
He's taken, I think it's like 5 or 6 swings tonight. He's taken 4 or 5 really good swings.
We've seen enough of him. You can book it. The next 5-6 days, he's going to have extra base hits all over the place. Red Sox play these White Sox 7 of the next 11 days. 0-2 to Willier. 1 down. Murphy throws, and a swing and a ground ball foul outside of first. They got a left-hander warming in their bullpen, do the White Sox. They started their own television network this year, the Chicago Sports Network, and I think they're having some maybe growing pains with their audio feeds. It goes into the bullpen. You hear the pop of the glove on the effects mic. 0-2 from Murphy to Abreu. One of the great cities anywhere in the world. Chicago, as Willier takes just outside, and it's 1-2.
I jumped. I was like, what is that pop?
Yeah, it's the lefty getting warmed up in the pen. Not a bad place for Cooper Boardman to come into the major leagues for his first time. The Windy City. A little chilly, but still gorgeous today. The 1-2 is outside. A breaking ball, 2-2. Did the hotel and the walking tour of the city hold up today?
Yeah, I would say that it delivered.
2-2 to Willier. 9-1 White Sox. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. That was really good. A sweeper underneath the barrel. Yeah, they're 2 away in the top of the 8th.
Just a lot that's been, I mean, it's that chase from Willier, which he hasn't done a lot of this year. It's the chase that Story had on that sweeper. It's the errors. It's just the bad things. Like if you had the column on the right of cons of the season so far, all of them have shown up tonight.
Every single one of them. Here's Christian Campbell. He's got 2 hits and an RBI. The pitch to him is inside. You can see this guy, Penn Murphy, get some uncomfortable looks from hitters. Campbell was worried that was going to hit him on the backside, but it missed off the inside part of the plate. 1-0 to Campbell. Murphy sets. Casas leading at second. The pitch is strike on the outside corner.
Well, and you know, people always talk about that Orioles rebuild as Gunnar and Adley Rutschman and all these guys, and that's true, and that's why they're a playoff team year in, year out now. The other part of it is they fix their pitching.
1-1 inside.
And one thing that the White Sox think they've done is they've fixed the pitching lab and analytics side of it. We'll see. But, you know, first turn through a rotation, it's been good. But there are guys in this bullpen the Red Sox should be able to handle over the next 2 days.
That's why even in this spot, you'd love to push a couple across and get some more arms out onto the mound. The 1-1 is a strike. Campbell took one at the bottom of the zone, and it is a ball and 2 strikes. They just feel so far away, do the Chicago White Sox. 1 on, 2 out. Murphy to Campbell, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a nasty slider. And the inning is over. Casas doubles and is stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 9-1 Chicago in the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Canva presents your work horoscope for this week. Deadlines are in retrograde, which we all know can bring some intense energy. Our advice: fend off this forecast with Canva. Like Canva whiteboards to counter creative blocks, and Canva docs for clarity in communications. If you have any sales deals coming through, results will be in your favor with Canva presentations, manifesting many wins for you. It's a great week to love your work at canva.com.
You can put some change in a stranger's parking meter. Don't pick up your phone inside the movie theater. But there's one thing that'll help you the most. It's giving blood while you relax and read the Morning Post. Good karma by the pint. Give blood. Donate blood and then you just might save 3 people's lives and get a season's worth of good vibes.
Visit Rhode Island Blood Center to get your Good Karma by the pint.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Brennan Bernardino sort of surprisingly is out of the Red Sox bullpen as we go into the bottom of the 8th inning. Maybe Winkowski would ride the rest of the way home, but they've seen enough from him. Bernardino was awesome yesterday, and he has been all season long. In some ways, you hate to use him in a game the Red Sox trailed 9-1. The moon has moved directly over the center field wall, high in the air. As Robert awkward swing. Is that catcher's interference again? It is. Come on. Combination of Sable lunging out on a long swing from Robert. That's the Red Sox 5th error of the game. Yep, not even close. He knocked the glove off. It's been one of those nights. I mean, Robert is so deep in the box as a right-handed hitter that wasn't even a long swing. He just chopped down on it, and Sable's glove hit him right there. So charge him with his 2nd error. It has been a very difficult night behind the plate for Blake Sable. 5-error night. Most in the big leagues with 18. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. And look, some of them, if not many of them on the homestand, you could maybe chalk up to 2 things. Slick track, cold conditions, Bregman and Story not gripping baseballs. Inexperience from Christian Campbell at second base. A couple of those were clear, just sort of instances of the game speeding up on him. But it is the big leagues, and at some point excuses just don't matter. Got to be better defensively. 0-1 to Sosa. Pitch is ripped into center field. That's a base hit. Duran watches it as he foot first slides into the gap, and that's going to score Robert all the way from first. Story's throw is not even close from the outfield, and the White Sox lead it 10-1. That thing just kept on shooting into the gap. It took Duran by surprise. It just took off, and it's an RBI double for Sosa. Sox trailing by 9.
Well, and this won't be an error, but this is a mistake. I mean, Duran holds up. Rafael is slow to get there. I think both of them thought the other was in position to cut it off, and it split them. A run should not have scored on that swing.
One of those nights as Andrew Vaughn takes down and in from Bernardino. Bernie's one of those guys. He's always focused, always dialed in on the mound. He's pitching back-to-back days. And in an 8-run game, it can be hard to be matching adrenaline as this one is skied into right field. Are you kidding me? They almost collide, Abreu and Cedon. Something's going on in the outfield right now. It's one of those nights. The Red Sox do not look like a well-oiled machine at all right now.
It's so bizarre. And also, you could talk about this team struggling defensively the last few years. That has not been the outfield's real problem between Cedon and Willier and Jaron and the strides that he's taken. But, Rafaela, that ball off the wall earlier that Rafaela tries to barehand and drops, that's an extra base in a game that was much closer at the time.
One out, the pitch is a little bit low. And that's a spot where the runner is not even close to moving to third. Just get the ball off the wall and throw it back in. Times to be aggressive and times to not. 1-0, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip by Taylor. Sort of got the wheels going in the second inning with a bunt down the first base line and then stole a base. Scored the first White Sox run. They lead 10-1. Pitch is way outside. Alex Cora has such an even keel, and he leaves players to their own devices. I don't expect him to make any grand speeches or do anything in the clubhouse. That's one of the things he does so well. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else did. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and you're looking to third base right here. I mean, that's why they have people like Bregman in the fold. Yes, it's one game. But this kind of effort right here, errors are one thing, but as the game wears on, a lack of focus, that'll drive any club totally nuts. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bernardino trying to get the Sox into the dugout here. 10-1 Chicago. Pitch to Taylor is down and in. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got an exciting full line to put goosebumps on your goosebumps. 3-2. Bernardino throws. Swing and a miss. He blew him away with a really good cutter, 2 away.
I'm also thinking about Richard Fitz right now, tomorrow, because, it's start 3 of his, true rookie full season here, at least on paper, full season. And one of those things that he has taken on himself at the lower levels is to be a stopper. And I know that's Garrett Crochet's job, whatever, it rolls around for him.
Here's Brooks Baldwin, a late add to the lineup. Pitch to him is grounded on the left side, through into the outfield. That's a base hit. That'll score another run. Duran comes up throwing, but not in time. Foot first slide. It's 11-1 White Sox, and the Red Sox want to flush this one immediately. Brooks Baldwin has hits in his last 2 at-bats.
They have 12 hits tonight.
This is a team that in their first 12 games combined scored 35 runs. Just below 3 a game. And tonight they've got 11. Now, 5 of them are unearned, but they all count the same. Here is the left-handed hitting Josh Palacios. And he takes outside, ball one.
It's also a fascinating thing Len Casper, great voice of the White Sox, said to us, which is they're about to win their third game. The first two, the other team.
Here's a foul back by Palacios.
Had a position player pitch in it, meaning they've won 2 games, and in both of them, they've won blowout games, and then they've lost 10 others.
And actually, at least one of these runs in this inning is unearned. 1-1. Pitch is outside. I think both should be. I mean, Sosa doubles, but I guess you assume that Baldwin drives him in on that base hit. So 6 unearned runs in this game for the White Sox. 2-1, a foul on the third base side. And it's 2-2. A lot of things to improve upon tomorrow and in the immediate future for this club. The 2-2 just inside. It flared up in the homestand and has continued here. Bad defense. Inability to put hitters away with 2 strikes. And not much clutch hitting at all. 3-2. Strike 3 called. Bernie gets him. And the inning is over. We go to the 9th inning. 11-1 White Sox in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Canva presents a work love story like no other. Meet Productivity. She's all business.
The Canva doc is done.
Creativity is more of a free thinker. Whiteboard brainstorm. They're worlds apart, but sometimes opposites attract. Thanks to Canva.
The data is in the deck.
And now it's an animated graph. Canva, where productivity meets creativity. Now showing on computer screens everywhere. Love your work at canva.com.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Welcome to Cane's. It's Luke Bryan. What can I get you? Today I'm raising funds with Raising Cane's and my buddy Todd Graves for the Brett Boyer Foundation. Great food and a great cause. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers and the Brett Boyer Foundation. One love.
It's Ian Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Folks, stay tuned after the game for the Nissan Postgame Show. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself and shop your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com today.
So here's Blake Sabol facing Brandon Eisert, just up from the minor leagues today. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it straight back. Well, even 11-1, big leagues are fun, aren't they, Coop?
Yeah, I am unfortunately having a very good time.
And you should be. You've earned it. 0-1 is outside. Next time you come up, well, even tomorrow maybe. Warmer day. Lots of fans in the stands. You're getting some Nesson time at the moment, making your big league debut. 1-1 is a strike on the outside corner.
Shoot, I missed that. How'd my hair look?
And it's 2-1. There you go. Look, you're supposed to smile, look at the field like you're totally focused on everything that's happening. You've done a great job. You act like you've been doing this for 10 years. 2-1 is a little bit outside to Sabol, and it is 3-1.
This camera shot is the second time that I've bit my tongue tonight.
Well, what was the first?
That was a foul ball coming back at us. Thank you for laughing very hard right now, so it looks like I'm very funny on TV.
You're hilarious. As Sabol takes a strike on the inside corner, it's 3-2.
Ninth inning, 11-1 game.
I mean, it's not like you're some grizzled veteran, but anyone who puts in the work and time that you have earns this moment. The 3-2 is fouled off on the third base side. I mean, you've ridden the buses. You've done the work. You've been all over the place. You've made sacrifices, and so I'm glad that it's paying off right here.
People keep asking me how I feel. I have no idea the answer to that question.
Nor should you. It's a great, great thing. I'll never forget my first. The 3-2 is on the ground hard on the right side. Sable busting it down the line as the second baseman makes the throw to first in time, and there's one away in the ninth inning.
Well, I won't pretend to be, Chase Mydroff, but you know how it feels in some capacity, right? Like you've been on the bus, you've had the experience. I'm so distracted. The Nessa camera's just, I'm freaking out.
You'll get used to it.
No, but it is, and it's, you talk to all the human beings in the game.
Here's Cedon, who takes outside ball one.
And I had this conversation with Hunter Dobbins on Wednesday, literally on Wednesday morning, about what it was like to be there on Sunday Night Baseball and the culmination of your live stream and all of this. And
1-0 is swung on and missed, a change up, and it's 1-1.
It's not about me. It's about him. It's about every coach. It's about every bat boy. It's you dream of being here, and so.
When you're back in Rochester, you'll also understand what it's like to be sent back down. The 1-1 is down, which I think is an important thing.
Actually, yeah, in a very real way, and it's a really, really hard thing to understand. As someone who's never experienced it.
2-1 to Cedon, swing and a miss and a good changeup, and it's 2-2.
These are lives. These guys work their entire lives to be here.
Well, it's also a day. I mean, it's really cool for you, and you deserve to be here. Super talented. Sky the limit for you. The 2-2 is swung on and cued foul, but it's also a day to celebrate everybody who has helped you get here. Mom and dad, Sarah, your girlfriend, who has carried you on her back for a long time. It's kind of like a team achievement to make it to a moment like this. 2-2 to Cedon. The pitch is swung on and missed. His struggles continue. The Red Sox are down to their last out.
It's really cool to be here and do this. It's way cooler to tell them that I'm here and doing this. And again, I go back to that conversation on Wednesday with Hunter Dobbins, who made his debut on Sunday night. And he didn't talk about the game as much. He did. But it was about being able to make the call and say, I did it.
Here's Jared Duran, the Red Sox last hope. 11-1 White Sox. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Stay tuned for the Nissan Postgame show. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. 0-1. The pitch to Duran. High fly down the left field line, drifting toward the chalk. In comes Taylor. He will not get there. It is out of play. 0-2. I promise you, 10 years from now, when you're doing your 700th big league game, you will not remember that it was 11-1. I mean, you'll remember it, but it's more the emotions, the adrenaline. Alex Cora came up to you in the dugout today, gave you a big hug, and said, "Good luck, kid." These are moments that I promise you are just going to be burned in your brain forever.
I 100% believe it.
0-2 to Duran. 2 down, top 9. A very frustrating night for the Red Sox. 11-1 Chicago. Pitch to Duran. Outside. Fastball, and it's 1-2.
I'd like to show up tomorrow and start the win streak, though.
Yeah.
That would be good.
You cannot go over, although Crochet on Sunday is a nice little stopper. This Red Sox team has shown an ability to regroup. 1-2 is outside. I mean, it's a little bit of everything. The defense has been poor. Nukem did not have it tonight. Lack of clutch hitting. It's one of those nights for the Red Sox. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jarren Duran. Here's the pitch, and it is just outside. Wow, that should have ended the game. I mean, that is not even borderline. In an 11-1 game, you almost never see that.
Pitch tracks at it.
Wow.
A ball in the zone.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Duran. The pitch is swung on a miss. He got him. And the ball game is over. A night to forget for the Red Sox, but hopefully a night to remember for Coop. The fireworks explode 11-1 Chicago. Sox need to bounce back tomorrow in a big-time way. We'll have the Nissan postgame show next in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
College holds a mythic place in American culture. On the new Campus Files podcast, we uncover the scandals you won't hear on the campus tours. Find Campus Files on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Metal roofs. You're thinking about it, and for good reason. One roof for life. So what's holding you back? With Interlock Metal Roofing, you're getting the last roof you'll ever need. Backed by over 25 years of trusted experience, thousands of homeowners have made the switch. So buy now before prices go up. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Get a free quote. One call, one roof for life. Call 866-733-5811. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
For the 48th year in a row, Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks. The trucks that move mountains also move boats, bricks, and 2x4s. Work days and weekends, job sites and campsites. F-150 and Super Duty never stop working, just like you. Ford F-Series, official truck of your Boston Red Sox, and America's #1 selling trucks for 48 years straight. It's a record that may never be broken. Until next year. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 CY total sales.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. This is the Nissan Postgame Show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Well, that was one of the worst nights of this early 2025 season. Brutal defense for the Red Sox. Shawn Nukem got hit very hard, and the Chicago White Sox beat Boston 11-1 tonight. Tough night at the yard for the Red Sox. You're listening to the Nissan postgame show. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan will it's got an exciting full line that put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. Coop, we're going to get into sort of the mechanics of the postgame show. I'm very excited. You just made your Major League debut. You did a great job. Really acted like you'd been here for a long time. We will properly celebrate you in just a few hours here in downtown Chicago. But the bare bones of this deal with this Red Sox team, they salvaged the finale against the Toronto Blue Jays. But tonight had so many of the things that last year had and that the last 4 or 5 days have had. Lack of clutch hitting, bad defense, not good enough starting pitching. And it does need to begin tomorrow that this team that seems to ride waves of momentum, they got to turn a corner.
It's the defense part of it to me more than anything because, look, I still think, like, how can you not believe in the talent on this team and the investment, both financial and development-wise, in what's in this lineup? The names are good. The roster is good. All of it is good. But if you took any of the teams that were in the American or National League Championship Series, if you took either of the teams that were in the World Series last year, if you did take one of those teams that was in the World Series last year and couldn't play defense, that team can't win the World Series. And that's the reality of the situation. And it's April 11th, and there's a long time to fix it, but it can't happen. And I don't know what else to say other than that, other than it can't happen.
No.
Because that's what they've said.
No, it's totally true. And two of the errors are catcher's interference, so that's a little different. We understand that. But even a 3-error game in the big leagues is not good enough. And the double in the 9th inning is a good step forward for Tristan Casas. But right now, he's the cleanup hitter. He's the first baseman, and they need him to be better. End of story. The Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund tonight. Now, the Red Sox, that was another part of this narrative tonight. They're just not missing enough bats. The Red Sox pitchers in this game did strike out 9, but 3 of those in the bullpen. That means another $450 to the Jimmy Fund to help strike out cancer. Arbella is here for the Jimmy Fund and here for good. For every 4-bagger the Red Sox hit this season, we'll donate $40 to Cars for Kids. That's another part of this, Coop. They don't hit homers right now. I mean, they did some damage a little bit in Texas, and then against the St. Louis Cardinals, they went crazy at home. But they're in the bottom 10 teams in baseball in leaving the yard. This is a team that should have much more power. Strikeouts and homers are the coin of the realm right now, and the Red Sox have neither.
That is a very, very good point. And it's you know, you look at the marks of the last few years and why the offense has been good, not great, has spluttered at times. It's because of the lack of the home run. This team is always leading the league in doubles, and that's great, except for that's actually not that great because doubles are not home runs. You would trade any percentage of those doubles for home runs, obviously, and it needs to be the kind of thing on nights where it's not happening. One swing can genuinely change a game, and there are guys in this lineup who can do it. I think that's the thing.
I thought maybe Bregman was going to make things really interesting. He hit a hard ground ball. Really nice play there at third. But again, the Red Sox were way down. I'm fascinated to know right now what Paul Taboni is talking about on the phone on the warning track in front of the first base dugout. I mean, maybe he's talking to his kids. Maybe he's saying goodnight, but it's 11 o'clock East Coast time. I mean, are we talking about what pitcher can get here and how it can happen? Because, look, I mean, the Red Sox are absolutely in need of arms right now. They went to Bernardino. They used Winkowski. Criswell's down there. I think transactionally they got to be thinking about some stuff a little bit later here tonight. How fast can you get to Chicago from Worcester? On the Subaru of New England scoreboard, the good news is the Yankees are losing too. They're hosting the San Francisco Giants. It's 9-1 in the top of the 6th. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Orioles, let's see, they got postponed, rained out at Camden Yards earlier today. Rays beat the Braves 6-3. Atlanta's 3-10. A little love goes a long way in the 25 Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. We'll come back and close it up on the Nissan Postgame Show right after this on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Some people follow the rules, but where's the fun in that? I'm Soraya, and this is Rule Breakers, the podcast where we celebrate the rebels, the risk takers, and the ones who make their own way. Every week, I sit down with the boldest voices in sports, entertainment, and beyond to talk about breaking barriers, defying expectations, and rewriting the rules. No limits, no apologies, just real talk. Follow and listen to Rule Breakers with Soraya, an Odyssey podcast available now for free on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
The lobster rolls are back at the Nines. Visit your local 99 today and try their famous Colossal Lobster Rolls. 100% North Atlantic lobster piled high on a grilled brioche. Served hot buttered or just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. You gotta love the Nines.
Spring is here. Ham it up with Spiral Sliced Ham at Shaw's in Star Market. Hey, it's Joe. Right now, pick up Spiral Sliced Ham bone-in for only 99 cents a pound, limit 2, while supplies last. That's right, just in time for your Easter feasts and ham sandwiches. Ham is on sale. Short on time? Order ahead for free curbside pickup or get delivery. Shaw's in Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
I'm Jordan Robinson, host of the new podcast, The Women's Hoop Show. Each episode, I'll be joined by a rotating group of women's basketball experts to talk WNBA, college hoops, the new Unrivaled League, and the shifting landscape of the sport. The game is growing, and so are we. Listen to and follow the Women's Hoop Show and Odyssey podcast, available now for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Kenny Planton te roba la diversión con Bob Esponja y sus amigos. Ven a Mall Plaza Cali y diviértete con Nickelodeon Héroes del Mar. Del 3 al 27 de abril, la entrada gratuita va de parte del Fondo de Bikini. Te esperamos.
1877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now at accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
You are listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. Red Sox lose the opener, blown out on the south side of Chicago. Better luck tomorrow. Richard Fitz is on the mound against Martin Perez. So the righties, Romy Gonzalez and Rob Refsnyder, will both be in there. The McFarland Energy play of the game, I will go with Chase Mydrot's first major league hit. He's having a very cool moment right now. His friends and family are down on the warning track behind home plate, and cool moment for him. And a guy that the Red Sox adored when he was in their organization, and he was part of the reason they got Garrett Crochet. So we're all Chase Mydroth fans tonight, and a moment he'll never forget.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, and we talked about it earlier about the quality of person that he is to have a moment like that. And Alex Corsetti, he's a good player, and that's a really cool thing on a night that has not had that many cool things.
Well, the other cool thing was that you were awesome, Coop. You really did a great job. Your first ever Major League broadcast, and that was spectacular. If the score wasn't, you were great. So hope you enjoyed it.
I absolutely did. And like I said, let's do it 2 more times and maybe have like a much different game the next couple of days.
I'm for both points of that. Upgrade your air conditioning system before the summer rush at McFarlandEnergy.com. Tomorrow, the Red Sox, it is a 4:10 East Coast first pitch. 3:10 means you can tune in to the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Sox need a good one from Fitz, and the offense needs to get going. We will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you to Joe Braverman, the executive producer of Red Sox baseball on the flagship WEEI. Roberto did a wonderful job producing the ball game today. For Cooper Boardman, Will Fleming saying so long from Rate Field on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You have been listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. You have been listening to Red Sox baseball on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.